Oh baby, oh baby. Hey Jacko, what's up, baby? First one here, first one in the room, eh? Man, those Canadians infected me. Now I'm saying A. Just noticed it. Oh god. Alright, that looks solid. I'm too busy setting up. I got an interview in 18 minutes. What'd you finally get? Let's take a look at you. Okay, real quick, I gotta run. Everything is just. Whoop. Man, look at you. Maxa. Got per a mile. That's set up. That looks. What did I just do? Not do that. Looks good, and let's go live. Nice. About damn time. Alright, go spam my stream, and that there's gonna be an SSS1 giveaway on Kong chat. Cause I don't do Kong chat. Go do it. I'm gonna put you to work. Go advertise on Kong chat on my behalf, baby. Sure. Well, I'm posting in all channels right now. Bear with me. I'm doing Discord first. After I finish Discord, I'll send it over to you. She's taken care of. Alliance. Top. And then we got one left. There it is. Alright. Welcome, people. Just trying to get everything squared away and ready for our interview tonight. We already did the sound check. A few little things left here, and then we'll be good to go. Almost there. Close out. So close. I like it. Guy's name is really Phallus? What do you think? One of the giveaways tonight is for somebody named Phallus. Alright, I love it. Alright, let's delete that. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. Alright. Alright, money shot. Oh, GG. Huh. Muted a whole one person. Oh, what the heck? What did I just do? Oh, I have world chat to say. Hi, Crackle Pop. Oh, this is fun. Yeah, money. I look dead? What does I look dead mean? No, I'm just trying to get everything set up last minute, like always. Let's see. Oh, I got it. I haven't slept in 4 years? I don't really sleep much. But it's not the point. Is it the black eye circles? It's all good. Let's... Hey, hey, hey. Extremely baggy eyes. No, I'm just not young, Jackal. Second. Nope, not what I wanted. That's what I want. Nope, nope, not. That's what I want. Alright, that'll work. Done. Alright, those are set up. Let's unmute music. Perfect. Oh, I need a soundbite for giveaways. Let me do a soundbite for giveaways. Horn step? I don't even know what. Taco taco. Hey, Winter. That's so long. No, I don't like that. No, I don't like that one. That's too whack.
Surprise, motherfucker. Surprise, motherfucker.
Ah, that's fine. Everybody loves a surprise motherfucker. Where is it though? Gotta look.
Surprise, motherfucker. Surprise. Surprise, motherfucker.
Alright, that'll work. Short and sweet, like Roman said. Rocky theme? Oh, what's going on? Did I wipe? What happened? Fuck. Alright, that looks good. That looks good. Everything looks set up. My giveaways are set up. Oh, I'm 9 minutes ahead of schedule with everything being set up. Hey, whoa! Oh, auto crashed on you? GG. Fantastic. But yeah, it's gonna be a fun night tonight. And an SSS1 giveaway. We got, I mean, raid teams aplenty from Transylvania. Some just amazing raid teams. Got really cool surprise giveaways that even Wisekid don't know about. Got a surprise one. Was not expected. It was not planned. Like me, I was not expected. I was not planned. So, lots of fun stuff. Good times, good times. Right? No. I was the one that was like out on the belly and somehow swam in and then I popped out. Meh. I see. Anybody got any myths from Expedition yet? Anybody got some good drops yet? A leg. Oh. I got a couple set pieces. But again, I'm ranked pretty high, so I've run a bit. A lot. I've ran a lot. I'm not gonna lie, I ran a lot. I don't know if I'm at 1 million yet. I gotta see if I'm at 1 million points. I'm trying to steal Bikeage's build just to mess with it. Let me see, where's he at? Yeah, I'm trying to get these two right here so I can steal his build. Last expedition I had 1, 2, 3, 4 myths. Good. I could probably do higher. Let's see. Let's do 800. No, not 805. 805 too high. 80, I'm not gonna go crazy. 800. Oof. Those HPs dipping. Hey Hawkeye. My Brazilian buddy. Portuguese? Huh. Well, yeah, DD, you keep stuffing your face with sushi. Sleep. What is sleep? I don't even know what sleep is. I forgot. But man, you guys get some hype for that. You got a great interview and SS1 spot at the end? SS1 spot? Like, what? SSS1? What? Crazy. It's gonna be a crazy night. Crazy spots. I mean, I don't know. I've got level 500s. I've got level 600s. I can't keep track of what I got. It's just the lineup for the giveaways is dopey. Right? No, I didn't. Honestly, I don't think I advertised enough. Yeah, the. No. 800 is actually pretty easy on this one. One of them I was doing 800 and I was like wiping. I didn't like entirely wipe, but it just wasn't clean at all. This 800 doesn't look bad. We'll keep trying it. Seems okay. Look at that.
FBI, open up!
I got those special giveaways.
FBI, open up!
We're gonna be giving away stuff tonight.
FBI, open up!
Well, yeah. So we're gonna be calling our friend Wisekid in 4 minutes. And yeah, giveaways. Like what? Friend spot giveaways. Free candy. This guy. I'm not gonna offer you free candy and puppies. Does this look like a windowless van? Don't answer that question. But that's not the point. Windowless vans don't have a door. A high-end wooden door like this. High-end. Home Depot door. Sounds like birchwood. I don't know. I have no idea. I'm not a wood guy. The vape? Well, see, that ape. So Gucci, check this out. Like, these things were selling for nothing because there's like all this gun violence in America killing people. You know how it is. But it's a gun grip, and the battery gets released the same way. So you look at it, and the battery, it gets released like a gun clip. Pretty cool. Oh yeah, 700, 800 is not a good idea. It's just ugly, 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 ugly. Oh yeah, so here's the super potion thing. There's like I know there's certain guilds out there who their rule for their guildmates is you can never touch your super potion. Yeah, this is just nasty. That was fucking disgusting. Yeah, we're not doing that. I'm gonna stick to 700. There's no point because you want to. So the point is you want the most out of it. So you want efficiency as well as points. Going above 700 is, bleh. That's not a good idea. Or maybe we just need more shields. I'll play with it. Or maybe bike just changed to DPS pet. Oh yeah, bike changed. Okay, forget everything. So I can't do it. No. Bike changed to DPS pet. So I need to change to ball breaker. That's what everything you see. That's what happened. So 800 would have been just groovy, but bike changed from Tobert to DPS pet. So that's what you're seeing right there. You're seeing that massive change. Yeah, that's what happened. That all makes sense now. So yes, DPS pet is quick and efficient. It's sexy, but it can get nasty. Do you see? That's why neither SS1 or I absorb something, but neither of us really have shields. So I'll probably switch over to ball breaker, just because I don't know what's ball breaker running. Let's take a look. He might be running for speed too with the DPS buff. Oh no, he's running toe. He's running a power build. That's insane right there. Anything with deflect is just gonna rip him apart. Rip him apart like nobody's business. Hey Ikaro. So let's take a look. Well, actually, I don't need to do anything. I need to look. I'm running Urgoff. I will leave it the way it is. I'll switch to drum glim. Well, actually, I have enough. Oh, I don't know. I love the new accessory. I'll use it for the rest of the expeditions tonight. Oh, the new accessory? The new accessory, it's meh. For me, the new accessory, it's a holdover. So I'm using it until I get enough DR to go back to toe. I mean, to go back to a trophy. Honestly, I love Absorb, and I wouldn't switch it if I didn't need that extra 4% DR. 4% DR for me is a godsend. The pet, on the other hand, the pet, some people talk smack about it, like, it's a waste. But for me, it's awesome. Oh, but it's 25% to 29%. No, Toe gives 25, I believe. Is it 25 or 24? Bo said, you're lonely? I'm lonely? toe one. Oh, nah. All my block tanks are here. Any non-block tank? Oh, Daft I don't think has a max. Actually, I can count it right there. So 21, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, you're right, 24. So 5 more percent. I don't understand your math, but okay. Absorb equals 3x. Well, I have decent evade. Let me see. Evade, I have 7.5% evade. Oh, and my enrage went up to 7.6%. Pretty happy with that. Reductions at 40% static. Good. I got 40% there. Here, DD, do my math, bro. Oh shit, we gotta call, God, I'm late. I'm late! Alright, so here's my pre-flight checklist. Let's do the pre-flight checklist and give him a call. What am I doing?
We're excited to have you aboard. And we appreciate your attention as we demonstrate the safety features of this aircraft. FAA regulation requires you to follow the instructions of our crew members and comply with posted and lighted signs.
Newark,
Which airline?
United.
You got it.
It's important to have your seatbelt on at all times. To fasten your seatbelt, slide the metal end into the buckle. Tighten by pulling the loose end of the strap. Lift the buckle to release. When the seatbelt sign is on, your seatbelt should be fastened low and tight across your lap. In case of unexpected turbulence, keep your seatbelt fastened even when the seatbelt sign is off.
Alright guys, let's give Wisekid a call and then we'll play the national anthem. Fun stuff. Okay. Man, 3 minutes late. Oof.
Hey.
Hey buddy, how you doing?
Very well. How about you?
I'm doing great. I'm doing great. So, guys, we got Wisekidx89 on call from Transylvania now. He's representing Transylvania and the entire TAIG alliance. Now, TAIG group. What is TAIG?
Well, we have 4 groups in, well, we call it TAG or TAG.
TAG. So, because it used to be called TAG, right?
Yeah, and then we absorbed Radiance Group, basically, IVCL, and changed that.
Okay,
So
well, we'll go into a little bit later. But let's go ahead. We're going to do the national anthem of New York, and then we'll go into the interview. How's that sound?
We're good at that.
All right, here we go.
Yeah, I'm up at Brooklyn. Now I'm down in Tribeca, right next to De Niro. But I'll be hood forever. I'm the new Sinatra. And since I made it here, I can make it anywhere. Yeah, they love me everywhere. I used to cop in Harlem. All of my Dominicanos right there up on Broadway.
but that's the way it works. You seems like you run a tight shift.
I try.
And before we
I'm
get into your tight shift and before we get into your guild, let's give away some guild spot. So tonight, guys, we have a lot of spots. We have a total of 10 giveaways scheduled this evening. Most of them are going to be raid teams representing Transylvania, as well as Auto, Global Destiny, and IVCL. So that's what you're going to be looking at. We also have specialty spots. Everybody knows about the specialty spot for SSS1. Look out for that. You're going to be seeing that tonight. Keep your ears peeled. Keep your eyes peeled. You're going to see that come up, and that's what you want to go for. It's not going to be easy. It's going to be out of some obscene number because you got to work for it. But it's definitely going to be worth it. So the sound effect that you're going to want to listen for tonight to get when the giveaways start, it's going to be this sound effect.
Surprise, motherfucker. Surprise, motherfucker. Surprise, motherfucker.
I'll play it 3 times every time before I do a giveaway, or about when I'm starting if I'm in the middle of an interview. So let's take a look. Who's first on the list? So first ones on the list we have. Let's take a look at these guys. We got Dr. Beats. Looks like a very fat tank from Auto. Very fat, 2k HP. We got OMG BBQ Mark, level 408, running Inferno, Laser, and I can't think. Moon Collage, with a max diadem. Really solid, full leg ruins. I mean, come on. Can't go wrong with that. And looks like we got, is that the leader of Auto? Yes, it is. The leader of Auto there, Voodoo. So, really solid. Pretty much, this is a whole raid team. So you get this, you're instantly doing R7HC. No brainer. Put yourself wherever you want. You got an instant R7 raid team. And, like, they'll be able to help you out and get you going. So, the way these are going to work with all my giveaways, if you are new to my stream, is it's gonna announce that the giveaway started, and you just spam numbers between the 2 numbers that are provided. So for this first one, since we have so many, each of the giveaways is gonna be between each of them will be different, but we have a lot of people tonight. They're gonna be between 1 and 250. Most of them, some of the highlights are gonna be a little bit higher. All right, so there you go. The first one started for that raid team. So let's get into the guilds. All right, why is he there?
Yep, I'm here.
All right. So in your current guild, you are the guild leader, correct?
Yep.
Okay.
We run 4 guilds.
So explain to me how that works exactly?
Yeah, so I mean, I am the guild leader for all 4 guilds actually, but obviously I don't have 4 accounts.
Right.
But we have then leaders for each of the other guilds to help me out. I consider them as officers, and we have other officers in each guild as well. And the way I see this is I never saw each of the guilds as individual guilds. They're all the same guilds to me. It's just an administrative issue or a technical issue that we had to split them up into 30, right? And I try very hard to maintain that status quo. The best of the 3 guilds can move up if they choose to. But a lot of the really OP folks, they choose to stay in Auto and IVCL because they feel at home there, and I'm fine with that. And this came from a lot of history, because in the past it was always about, who's a first-class citizen, who's a second-class citizen, and I'm doing my best to get rid of that mentality within the guild itself. And it takes some challenge.
That almost sounds like an Indian-style caste structure.
Yeah, it is, unfortunately. But I'm trying to get rid of that internally. And anytime someone wants to take a chill pill, they can move down into IVCL and take it a bit more easier there. Some people want to compete at certain weeks. or certain months, they move up. Some folks want to take a holiday for 2 weeks and not even be active at all. Then they go to the fourth guild and sign in anytime they want. Even if they're inactive, they still have the full rate team support there, and that's the kind of community I'm trying to cultivate.
Okay. So then, based on activity, how does that work? So, what would be your least active guild out of the TAIG group?
Yeah, so
Or most free to play.
the
However, you guys figured out.
yeah, we have a 3+1 system. So the top three guilds is TRA, Auto, and IVCL. TRA first acquired Auto from Rick, as Rick Boyce. He's actually in GG right now. That's his old guild. He used to be
Okay.
part of TRA. He didn't want to be the guild leader, and he was trying to move to a different place. And I was like, hey, TRA was doing pretty well at that point, but we needed more capacity um, to have a proper competitive support structure. And I was like, okay, we should invite not only get Rick and some other strong folks into TRA, we should acquire another guild and do like a pyramid system. So the most competitive folks move into TRA, and the least competitive folks move into Auto. And at that point, I decided to make a dramatic change. So one of the recs that's required for all our guilds is you need to have at least you need a legendary accessory and a pet, right? So that's a really hard
For all four.
for all the top three.
The top three, okay.
Yeah, and the top three they are competitive.
Okay.
So there are GVG expectations. I don't have things like spending expectations or EXP expectations. Those are not completely, they're mostly irrelevant to me. It's only becoming an incremental factor for me to demote you or re-regulate you down into a lower guild, or even out of the top three guilds into global. And my rationale is this, right? Like, there are other people who deserves more of a shot than you, and they want to try hard, and they need the perks, and they want to put in the effort. They just need the opportunity to do so.
Okay.
And that's what I'm trying to give and trying to create for people. Because I was once like that myself, and I felt like before I got into TRA, I was struggling. When I got into TRA, I was still struggling because people were not like-minded. They don't see the need to compete during GVG. You have the rest of the guild pulling you down, and that's not okay. Instead of just leaving TRA and trying to go to a better guild, I was thinking to myself, like, why don't I do the recruiting? I don't need to be the leader. I don't care about leadership in that context. I just want to do what I could as an officer and contribute. So I told the leader at a point, I'm like, let me do the recruiting. I'm gonna get the good boys, and then we'll acquire another guild. We push the non-competitive folks down, and the more competitive folks up, and it worked for us. It worked for us on a few important principles. Number one, the entry requirement is high to begin with, right? So having two legs is either you're super lucky or you're super rich.
Okay.
One of them, right? I don't care if the god of fortune is smiling upon you. Sure, you still get an opportunity, right? But that's an important point, because in GVG having double legs is extremely important, right? That's no way you can deny that. If you have an epic accessory or rare accessory, you just cannot perform in GVG as efficiently. So that was my minimum standard. But once you join us, I want to keep you. I don't want you to leave. I want to create a long-standing community. So the other requirement for us is you have to use all your honor for GVG.
Oh,
Which
so
means
that's interesting. I've actually never heard that one before. So people within all four of your guilds can't use honor for anything except for GVG. that correct? Did I hear that correctly?
Yeah, not all 4, only the top 3.
Okay, so the top 3. Okay.
Yeah, let's call it a 3+1, right?
Mhm.
The last guild is an incubator or a retirement guild, whatever you want to call it. The last guild for global, the minimum expectations is that you're just active. We have no requirements whatsoever. And the way we build the perks there reflects that. So we are not adding plus members for the last guild. We're just like improving the resources. So when you come back, in 1 day or 2 days, you have full resources to go ahead. But it's different for the other 3 guilds because then we focus on more members because more members means more points means more perks, so on and so forth.
Well, before you keep going here, 1 second. If you do have questions, write them down. We're gonna have a large Q&A section at the end of the interview, so please save them towards the end because we have a lot of information to go through, from actual in-game content to personal content to explain Wisekid as a human, not just as an in-game, just not just as a name in a game. So we'll go through all that.
Yeah.
Sorry for interrupting.
No worries. Please interrupt. If you have questions, just ask.
Definitely.
Yeah, and okay, the reason why we use honor only for GVG because I've told my members, I'm Asian, man. Like I'm super like calculative and like I'm trying to like spend money efficiently. So I told people I'd rather you use money if you do choose to spend on raid shards because raid shards give you more honor at the end of the day. But the point is, you want to put more effort into your own personal development and become big, and then help the guild. So when you choose to grind and then you get the honor, use it to help the guild. All right, as a byproduct. So going by that principle, I think it produced pretty good results. I have a GVG minimum for all 3 guilds of 50 GVG, which is based on my calculations, a free to play standard. I'm sorry.
So one more time, so for your 3 top guilds? What is your GVG requirement for a 7-day GVG?
Yeah, 50.
50K, and for a 14-day?
Yeah, then it's times 2.
Times
so
2, so 100K. Okay, that's very reasonable. I don't even think so. If somebody, let me give you a situation. Somebody is willing to get those points, free to play. In all honesty, for 50 or 100K, you don't even need to use honor. That's the truth.
No.
Yeah. So if they do decide to use their honor on other things, as long as they meet that requirement, is that okay?
No. So that's not okay. So because you get more honor when you grind a lot, right? So when you grind a lot, you will obviously do better in GVG. So if you go by the principle of using all your honor in GVG, you will contribute to the group if you start grinding for yourself when a new raid comes out or whatnot, right? The 50K minimum is just to say to people, hey, use your natural regeneration. It's no excuse. We're not asking you to spend $100 every week. We're just asking you to use normal free stuff for the guild. And I find that to be quite reasonable because we do want people to be active. And the reason why we want them to be active is because they would lose their friends, and then that's a problem for them. It's not really a matter of the guild. Even though this is not that much of a hard requirement for me, but I think it's a good principle to follow.
Okay. So for example, another, I believe that point was brought up just a little bit earlier. If a person is going for expedition or invasion, it still ranks the guild somewhat. Are you interested in ranking in those, or are you only interested in ranking in GVG as for your 3 guilds then?
Yeah, honestly,
because people would argue outside of double reward GVG that a player in themselves gets the most benefit from an expedition rather than a GVG, and the guild also gets to show, okay, look at what we did in expedition. No, not
Yeah.
necessarily GVG. I am one like I agree with your point, especially with double point GVG. But for example, Expedition. Wouldn't you
Yeah.
want you don't want your players using honor for that, even though it does forecast and show your guild off as how they are and how good they are and so on.
Yeah, so I had a little of a debate internally with my officers on this.
Mhm.
So Expedition is kind of newish. Uh, you know, um, all three guilds of ours, we are always very GVG competitive, right? We're all about GVG. Like you can chill for weeks, and then when GVG comes up, like everyone goes, all in on that Friday.
Let's take a look
to
at some
ensure-
GVG rankings from the past. Well, why don't we? I got nothing better to do
Yeah,
with my
sure.
life. Let's go take a
Yeah.
look.
So for
Where's
Tra,
that thing? Where is it? It's oh, there it is. All right. Level. Oh, can I look it up, or is it? Where do I go for it?
you can go to the guild tab.
It's on the guild
Um,
tab.
Yeah, the
Events?
guild tab.
Okay.
And then
here.
you go events, enter, and you press rank.
Ranks. Oh, and it shows it
So
right there. Okay.
it
So,
should
yeah.
show.
That's impressive. 13 million, and would you say a lot of people run it on honor, purely on honor?
No, not for Tra. So for Tra, I really doubt. So okay, I do. I never spent a single cent on badges ever. Like I've never spent any money on badges, and I'm consistently in the middle of the pack.
Wow.
Maybe a bit higher sometimes. Yeah.
It's really impressive.
Right. Some people spend it, and that's up to them. Like I obviously wouldn't say no to them. But I told folks, like, if you ask me for my guidance on where you want to spend your money, spend it on raid charts. You need gear, right? If you have extra honor, use it. I
Definitely.
use my coins myself. I did some calculations before. Using silver coins and bronze coins on badges is actually more efficient than to
a lot
convert
of
that.
KGG Dusk. It's a very common thing. We're
Yeah,
all very
but
supportive of that idea.
yeah, people need to be told that, right? Like, but I don't want to be micromanaging people. So, and to make the rules simple, I'm just saying use your honor on GVG, and you can do whatever else you want to do. There's just no
See,
spending.
for me personally, it'd be really difficult because I produce somewhere between 10 to 25 million honor a week.
Yeah.
So it'd be kind of a pain in the ass to
Yeah,
convert
I'm
it
glad
all.
you brought it up. I'm glad you brought it up. So when Expedition came out, a lot of people were saying, "Hey, I have so much honor, like I don't need to spend it all on GAG." And when Expedition came out, I'm like, "Hey, that's a place where you can spend it, and it still helps the guild, right?" But in terms of minimum for expeditions, so for all three guilds, it's the same principle. We expect a level that's equivalent to 50k GVG. So we have some somewhere else, I can't remember. But I care more about GVG than expedition, simply because expedition, if you're not going for that gear, it's really hard pressed for me to tell folks that, hey, you need to grind expedition, right? Like
Okay.
if I tell people, hey, you're grinding GVG because it's beneficial for yourself, you're getting coins out of it, you're getting stats out of it. Like there's no argument against it. Whereas for expedition, the real reason why you go for expedition, number one, you're getting gear. Number two, you're getting EXP, right? So it's not as important in my opinion. However, we are still competitive. So I think the agreement we came to was we still expect everyone to do net gen of an equivalent of about 50k GVG.
Okay.
But I gave guidances. I gave guidances to people. I think for Tra, for the entire expedition, I can't remember how many weeks that was. I think the last expedition was it 2 weeks or 4 weeks? I can't remember. But I remember saying going along the lines of Tra should be hitting around 600k
Okay.
for expedition. So that's a guidance though. Like it's not like because people need to be told, oh, what should they be aiming for? And this is what leaders do, right? Like you tell them, hey, I think you should be getting there, but there's no punishment out of it. There's no like relegation. For GVG, however, it's clear to everyone, the best movement to try and you move down if you're last of the pack consistently for multiple GVGs.
Okay.
And obviously that's the most important, but not the only factor. If you have not been grinding, you wouldn't get honor. There's no way you would be able to fit that principle, right? And I don't want you to be spending money anyway. If you are spending money, I'd rather you spend it on shards and grind for yourself and get better gear so you can help other people. That's
Yeah. For
that's
example,
my
for the GVG, with the gold coins, I don't know. I feel like I did a little bit. I don't remember exactly. I know for the expedition before it, I did 175 plaques. And then for the expedition for the GVG, I think I did maybe 100, 100 or 120 plaques. So for me, it's just kind of a normal thing. But
yeah.
I mean, I try honor for me. It's just like an extra thing to get Melvitrons at this point.
Yeah.
Because Melvitrons are basically my lifeblood. If you have been talking about it, I'm sure you noticed as well. I spent a lot on that. But before we go into, we talked a little bit about the GVGs. We talked a little bit about the requirements and the differences between the guilds. I appreciate that. It's really interesting. We'll go into recruiting shortly here. But before that, let's do a giveaway.
Surprise, motherfucker. Surprise, motherfucker. Surprise, motherfucker.
All right. And then for this giveaway, let's see who we got. Oh yeah, I'm gonna have to copy these. Some of these names, I tell you. Voracious Mantis. That's an epic name. Fuck yeah. I want to be a fucking Voracious Mantis. That's OP as hell.
This guy's a veteran.
I love it. Level 4012. What was it? Was he a tank? I didn't look. Oh yeah, he's a tank. 1824. Damn. A lot of HP right there. And just so you guys know, we do not get a lot of tanks here. We get a lot of baits, like this kind of structure right here. You got Polaris. Well, the ring, the neck, it's different. But you get a lot of baits, but you don't get a lot of tanks. You get DPS, you get baits. The tanks are hard to come by, so pick them up when you can. I mean, there's a solid DPS right there. And then the last leg of this raid group. Do it. There it goes. Another bait. So you got two baits, a tank, and I believe it was two a DPS or two. No, it was one DPS in that one. This is perfect for a DPS. You literally just put your DPS in there, and you have a full raid team, just like that. Super easy, super straightforward. So let's go ahead and do that. So again, this is going to be out of 250. When you win, make sure to write your IGN. Jeremy sees me on his alt. Cheeky monkey. Love Jeremy. Jeremy's family. So when it comes to recruiting, I've heard for every person that I interview, there's rumors, there's this person did this, they're horrible, they're vicious. I don't give a fuck. That's not my style. I don't care what people say about people. That's not how I run my interviews. My interview is about talking to the person and learning from them. How do you recruit? Talk to me about that.
The way I recruit now and a year ago is quite different.
Okay.
Let me tell you how it started, right? So a lot of people came to, they said, oh, they're willing to put in the money and put in the effort. And I'm like, well, do you have double legs? No, I'm sorry. It's just not okay for us because we want to cross that minimum standard first.
Okay.
Then let's talk about contribution after that. So that has always been with us from the start. We used to recruit. I focus a lot on my own friend list. So as the leader, I actually do my best to keep space in my friend list. People who add me, or I add people, and then I ask them directly in game. I think the personal touch is super important. I used to have a half an hour interview at least with each person first.
Wow.
Trying to get to know their personality. yeah, that's how we started. And that's why we had, someone. I needed to know what the personality was like first, because I don't want to waste time on them and then they leave the guild. Like, that's not. It doesn't make me feel good. It creates a lot of instability within the guild, and that was when we only had one guild, right? When Otto came in, we had a bit more space to work with because Otto was not competitive at that point. Right, the goal at that point when we had Otto, we acquired Otto, was to make TRA competitive, and Otto was like, where the folks who legacy players who didn't have double licks, they still stayed. Right? We didn't kick them out as long as they contributed. There was a space for them to be supported for us and to support us if someone leaves TRA at that point. So it was a mutually beneficial relationship. Then Otto started getting competitive, and they were like, "Hey, we want to do more, and we want to get better." And I was like, "Okay, that means we need a third guild." And then that's where Radiant came in, and we did the same thing again. It was a lot of pain because when we started getting Otto, half of TRA left when we acquired Otto. A lot of people were not happy with the decisions I was making at that point.
Okay.
You make some hard choices, right? So some
Always.
people left. They went. They chose to go to a better guild. And the funny thing is, those people who left never stayed long anyway with the new guilds. I think it shows a lot about, I mean, from my point of view, it's like if you're not making the guild better, and someone else like me, I'm putting all the effort into recruiting. Why? I mean, why do you create so much trouble for the dynamics of the entire guild? And to me, it was just like a good opportunity to get rid of people who are not very happy with us anyway. And we moved on. And we moved on and got better, right? As time went by, it takes a bit of work. And as you recruit good people, they recruit other good people.
Okay.
And that's why we have
Now-
three
now-
guilds. Really good.
Now let's talk about this. I recently, a little birdie told me about this one. This is more of a hardball. I don't know if this is public knowledge or not, but a little birdie told me this, and I got a little picture and everything. I'm not gonna post it naturally, but there's a little rumor that TAIG is gonna be converted to Teabag 12. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah. Hey, so like, I know the TV folks since I started playing. I'm really good friends with a lot of them, and the fact that they lost a few of their best players, really made me upset, to be honest, because they're great players and they're a great guild. What happened then? I'm really glad you brought this up because this is I didn't think about it until now, but I did not want to see the guild go away. I wanted the guild to survive on its own. They had some good people there. The perks are still good. If they don't have the right leadership, they would fall to nothing. Look at where Num1 is. It's the same concept, right?
Have you tried attempting to bring Num1 underneath the umbrella as well?
No, never tried. No, never tried. However, some of the guildies, some of the players in TB. So now that base is not there anymore. Dory has left, started his own guild. I'm quite close to them. So when I was talking to some people in TB, I was telling, the first option was, hey, I want to get all your best players to join us because we had some long-standing members in TRA who retired from the game. And this is a normal process, right? Like, this is something expected. So I wanted to get the best people to join us, as one would in a normal situation, as any guild leader would do.
Yeah, of course. You want the best for your guild. You want them to compete at the top level. You want that top echelon of badassery. Of course. Fuck yeah.
Yeah, well, my perspective was this good players, they just need the right structure. They need the right place to flourish. So join us. The problem though was TB lost so many people, and it was only they left like 2/3 of the guild left, and I was like, some people suggested, why don't we have them join us? And I was always adamant with staying with 3+1. I'm never going to acquire another guild ever again. It's just 3+1 is like the right size. I'm not going to go into like the alliance. Alliance has 6 groups. I'm not a fan of too big a corporation, so to speak. And I was happy with 3+1. So we had a lot of.
you both, just to speak to that shortly here. Sorry to interrupt.
Yeah.
But both you and Alliance, I don't know if you've seen my Vargas interview, but he really covered how they run Alliance. So both you guys have extremely different governing styles as organizations within Bit Heroes. Alliance has separate entities that help each other with friend spots and help each player individually construct a raid team and get their growth.
Yeah.
And they each of them works as separate entities in one server working together. You guys work on a different system where you guys have achievement based growth between your guilds.
Yeah.
Alliance has miniature subgroups like that, like for example Fraction and Fraction 2, Dusk and Ooze and so forth. You know, there's and Lulz has that as well. I forgot what Lulz sub guild is, but they have growth parameters. You start in one place and you grow to the next one. You start here, you grow here, so on and so forth.
Yeah.
So it's similar yet different. And
yeah. So
why go with your system over theirs? Just out of curiosity.
Because of legacy reasons, right? Like the reason why we wanted to acquire Auto was because, you know, right before GVG, we had a lot of people who might leave, and then we end up with 2 people, 2 empty spots, and I'm like, I don't want the stress of going crazy, just trying to fill in the last 2 spots with underachieving people, and usually that's what usually happens. I'd rather get the best of Auto to move in. And Auto at that point was not a competitive guild, right? And now that Auto became a competitive guild, then I still need that fad, right? Like that tire around to protect us from events like that. Call that risk management, whatever you want to call it. Then we acquired IVCL. Then IVCL wanted to become competitive, and I was like, wow, okay, this is going a bit, you know. So I'm sorry, we acquired Global first. So Global was meant to be an uncompetitive guild. You can chill, you can do whatever you want. I don't care. There's no regs at all, except being active and contactable. And then IVCL came in and said, hey, we really want to be competitive as well. And I wanted Radiant to join us big time because, you know, I like the guy.
Where did Radiant come from, by the way? Because he is your highest level player in in Tag as a whole, correct?
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. He was the lead of IVCL, and the problem there is it's lonely at the top. You know, I know where I'm sure you understand that. He was the 1 or 2 out of the 2 man pulling the entire guild along, and it became tiresome for him. He just wanted to join us, but he didn't want to get rid of the folks in IVCL and render them abandoned. And I'm like, okay, I make a deal, the same deal I made with the Auto leader. Join us. We'll support them, right? And that's what we did. So unlike the Alliance, which is multiple big guilds who support each other, we are one guild altogether, and that's a key difference for us. And I conduct
which pretty admirable.
Well, I try, right? The deal is this: the people in TRA are obligated to support all our guildies.
And personally, I greatly dislike TRA and the Alliance because I can never get fucking friend spots from you motherfuckers because you guys give it to each other. But that's just me personally. I love everybody, but fuck both of you guys.
We look at Auto and IVCL. Like those people are all TRA. Everyone in IVCL was recruited on the basis of them being potentially in TRA, right? And some people choose not to move to TRA. Why? Because they made friends and they want to stay, but they're still big. I mean, you can tell yourself, right? So that's how. But back to the topic on TB. I'm glad you brought that up. So when the TB folks came to me and said, "Hey, you know, no one in the group really wanted to lead the group," and I was like, "That's such a waste. Like, I have so many good memories and friends in there. Like, is there something we as an organization can do for TB?" So the idea was to get rid of Global completely So I had the last guild, the +1 guild. I would disband the entire guild and replace global with TB. So TB still had the people there has a home to work with us, and they still have the guild within the community.
Right,
It
and,
just
and that's the message that I saw, that turning TB12 into a retirement guild. That's what I saw myself. So.
right, and the way I saw it was, if I brought TB in and get their best people to move into trial, auto, IVCL, whatever it might be, the idea was if I needed to move anyone out of auto and IVCL, they would go into a guild with fantastic perks. There was no argument. It was a win-win situation from my point of view. But some people didn't see it that way. So I'm like, okay, whatever. I mean, if it didn't work out, it didn't work out.
Right. And what do you? What's your perspective? I mean, this might be old news. I'm always late to the party. I try to be fashionably late, but I'm still usually late. What this is going to be a hardball question. Warning, warning. What is it? What's your word on the two things? There's a rumor that about poaching. What is your let's just do a wide net on this question. So poaching guilds as well as poaching players. What is your perspective on it? And what do you consider poaching and just simple recruitment? Talk to me about that a little bit.
You know, I don't think there's a difference. It's just the tone or the kind of flavor you want to add to a word. I think the important thing is how do you talk to someone about it. I told you I'd spend half an hour talking to most people I acquire, but that was back in the day. Today, it's a bit different. We have 3 guilds. I assign people. I told everyone in the guild, it's your responsibility to bring in good people in. And by good, I mean no, you're not an asshole. Like that's the first step.
Yeah, Dark Dueler, you cannot go into any Transylvania guild. You're a fucking dick. I'm sorry. All right, keep going.
Yeah, I my guild, my I care a lot about the community. But I'm the kind of person who don't like to micromanage. You're a big boy. Bit Heroes is not a child's game, unfortunately. Like you are adults, you deal with your own shit. Like you handle stuff, and if you're gonna act like a baby, you're out of here. Like that's really a hands down issue for me. So everyone runs their own thing. You know, if they want to talk, they talk. If they don't want to talk, they don't. But back to speaking about poaching, I tell people, say, hey, do you know that the 3 guilds we run, they're top 25? All of them. Like none of us are a second-class citizen. It's not like a, like
Indian caste system where you can't look at Unsullied or not Unsullied. I think that's a Game of Thrones reference, but you can't look at like the lower caste. Fucking Game of Thrones fucked up my head. Fuck Game of Thrones. Fuck you. Keep going.
I want to tell people that, hey, all 3 of our guilds are really good guilds. Like they're not inferior to one another. We are one guild. We're just trying to push one. We want to consolidate the best into one. But for some reason, it's amazing if I think about it. IVCL was top 20 last GVG. Like if your 3rd guild is top 23, it's a big statement to make about it.
Yeah, it's huge.
And I tell people the important thing is none of us are going to drag the guild down. If you want to be part of the guild, you pull your own weight. That really is. I don't need the top person to do really, really well. I just want everyone to do decently well, and I'm happy. And
that's for me personally as a player. That's one of the reasons why I decided to expand my horizons. I moved from SAOP to Soup to Dis and then to K because I personally don't enjoy seeing my name at the top of the list. That's not what I go for in any list. It's a really big turnoff for me. I like everybody pushing at the same or if not higher level than me. I know I'll usually be top 10 or top 20. It's just the way I play, but I don't want to be number 1. I just don't. I don't like it.
I completely agree. I agree with you. And that's why the honor system is important, because the honor system basically says when you grind hard, then you can contribute. If you're not grinding this week, you're grinding next week or 2 months later, you know, I mean, obviously with common sense, then you put in the effort at that point for GVG, and that makes sense. Sometimes you're like the top 5, sometimes you're the bottom 5. But the relegation system means if you are consistently not performing, you will move down and down and down and out, right? So that works for me, and into GB, into global, which is the retirement guild.
My guildies are talking trash in the fucking chat. Fucking Timu stopped by to talk shit on me. It's all good.
So does that give you a picture of why we work the way we work?
Definitely, I really appreciate it because I always love hearing about this. I really appreciate Margot's explanation.
Yeah, so I want to,
and I really appreciate your perspective as well. It's really interesting, and it's definitely a unique perspective. The not a caste system, but a progression system, and keeping people motivated. You work hard. This is your reward. You get to be here. You work harder. You get to stay here. And then this is what it takes to stay here. Let's do this. Let's work together. We're a team. We're a family. Now, here's the question I love when it comes to guilds. There are a lot of guilds out there. There's K, there's Dusk, Co1, Arleg, XGG, HK with their famous bar. There's, you name it, there's a guild for everybody, no matter what you look for. What puts Transylvania, puts IVCL, Auto, what puts all y'all's guilds, what sets you guys apart from everybody else, in your opinion?
Yeah, I've been thinking about that question. You know, I mean, the cliche answer is like, oh, we have a great community and whatnot. But and while that might be true, I want to focus on the fact that we have a lot of flexibility despite not being, you know, the type of guilds that wails all the time.
So you don't consider any of your guilds or yourself elitist, correct?
I don't.
Okay.
I told my boys and girls that TRA doesn't need to be top 5. Like, I really don't care about that. For me, I just want efficient spending. So we get to number 9, and I put and by being number 9, a single digit rank, you get like great perks.
Absolutely.
Right? You don't need to be 8 or 7, or I don't care about that kind of like, you know, the ego booster stuff. Like, it makes no sense to me at all. All I want to get is a big bang for my buck. And everyone, like, I've told everyone,
yeah,
like,
I completely agree with you. It's really important for guilds as well as prostitutes. Get the most bang for your buck.
Yeah, and I tell folks, like, hey, stop grinding. It's getting really sexual right now, but stop grinding. Like, you know, like, I want you to save your GVG bucks for the next GVG or for expedition. I mean, why keep grinding? It's a waste of money and waste of time. You know, unless there are other reasons like double GVG, that's a completely different reason.
Absolutely.
But yeah, so there is that part. We are a very efficient group that grinds when you need to, and we chill otherwise. Like, there's no stress whatsoever on a weekly basis until that one day, just one day of dedication to get us to that, and we run together. So it's just like, unlike other guilds who I think they have minimum EXP experience, you know, requirements on a weekly basis, or if they have minimum spending, like, that's complete out of the picture, and that creates a community. I would say that it's crazy, Roman. You have no idea. I've taught people in TRA who voluntarily goes down to IVCL. And I mean, when I mean down, I don't mean in a derogatory way. I mean, like, they want to be there and hang out with the boys. They don't mind. Why? They're not going to spend a lot during this few weeks. So that flexibility really, really helps the entire guild stay together.
I like that. I like that. We gotta do a few giveaways, man. I've got a lot of giveaways and I don't have a lot of time.
Go ahead, man.
Let's get these people into R7HC if they can't do it already. I think it's important, right?
Me too.
All right, so we got our next giveaway coming up, guys. This is a full raid team, just like many others that we've had tonight. Let's take a look.
Surprise, motherfucker. Surprise, motherfucker. Surprise, motherfucker.
All right, and for the first one is my favorite name on the list, Phallus. This guy's a dick. You know, there's no way to say it. He's fucking Phallus. It's fucking sick.
Dude, that guy is awesome.
Got a
He's
cool
the boom
build.
master.
A really fat tank. If you need again, there's a limit. I don't see a lot of fat tanks. You pick them up where you can get them. Here you got a solid bait, running a standard bait build. You know, again, a really solid bait. What else we got in here? Oh, looks like we have a up and coming DPS. I see he's still working on putting his set together a little bit there. But a solid DPS, all leg ruins, including a leg gale, which is really nice to have. And oh, something on the end of Freight's name there. Freight train. All right, and then Freight's your bait there. Yeah, solid setup. So you can just plug yourself in, and you got yourself a full raid team like that.
Oh, look at the gear, man.
Yeah,
Crazy.
Definitely. All right, so we're gonna start that up. I'm missing something. A little bit of background music at the same time. Talk is always not too loud. There it goes. Yeah, and then we're gonna have another one right after this because I'm catching up, and then we'll go into you as a person. Start off talking about what kind of gamer you are, and then we'll go into a little bit about the scene where you're at, and what Nuevo Yorko is all about. Give you a little foresight and get your gear start moving about the future of my line of Inquisition. But yeah, man, looks like you got a solid group there. I'm really excited you guys are making it work and getting things going. Sick.
It's important for us to give back to the community. That's something else we do pretty often, and honestly don't do well enough. But we're working on that.
Hey, you gotta start somewhere and make it work. I love your meme channel. As you notice, I've partaked in the meme channel a bit. With
You have some awesome photos, some really bad ones, but some awesome.
Well, I pull from all the bad subreddits, of course. I sometimes can't help myself. I'm a sick, perverted, messed up motherfucker. So it is what it is.
The fact that you're spending money on BH instead of prostitutes helps a lot.
Well, the other kink in the chain is that I'm married, so I can't really go for the prostitutes either. So it's a big inconvenience. The kids and the wife really takes away from the prostitute. The time that I'd have for my dear friends, Natasha, Candy, Chocolate Thunder, all of my very close friends on the outside of the marriage scene.
Yeah.
What happens in Vegas? Very right at them. Folks aren't doing too good at these guesses. Remember, it's only out of 250. Come on, y'all. They already doubled the number. They're at almost 600 guesses. It's only 1 to 250. That's it. Don't guess like 8,000. I got too many giveaways to make it a big number. Yes, SSS1 giveaway and a few others will be a massive number, but not these. Grats Derpy, I think I have your IGN hidden away somewhere here. Yeah, I do. I have it right here. You don't have to write it. Alright, and then we'll go directly into our next one here. Our next one is another full raid team. Take a look. We got more sleep. How do you pronounce it? Is it more sleep? Like more sleep?
This guy is French.
More sleep. Like you're throwing up a little bit in your mouth. Okay, I get it. Alright. Really solid overall there. That's a good bait. And you got Embalm, who I found out has been on my friends list for a while and I had not even noticed. But yeah, there's a solid DPS for you there. You got Jabroni. Oh, another solid DPS. That last one. Dark 4-7.
You realize we built the teams for you?
I know.
Like we have multiple variations, so it always fits a DPS or a bait, so anyone can get the team and able to run.
Yeah, you guys did just an amazing job. I got nothing. You guys did an amazing
Surprise,
job.
My officers,
Surprise,
man, it was
motherfucker.
Fate who did all of that with some of the other officers who helped out. I didn't touch anything at all. They did everything.
Hey, that works. So again, this is going to be 1 out of 250. Don't try to put like 8,000. That's not going to be the number. Whoa, that was felt. All right, we'll do this one, and then I think we'll be back on track with our schedule. I did have to remove one group, but everything else is back on track. So what is your drink of choice, by the way? So you said you went out and drank a little bit. What's your drink of choice?
I like single malt scotches. That's my big poison.
Look at you,
but-
you fancy motherfucker.
Oh no, man, no. But I like beer as well. Specifically Belgium Saisons or Tripels. Like that's really my thing. Yeah, I like sipping stuff, not chugging stuff.
Do you do it with a pinky in the air? Of course you do.
No, actually, when I do with tea, probably.
Okay.
You know, Phallus is a brewmaster. So
Really?
the guy, yeah, and he sent me beer that he brewed, and I'm like, I love that. And no, I don't get Asian flush. Whoever said that, it's Gucci.
Mr. Snuggles _ Let me double check that IGN.
But isn't it
Yeah.
cool that a member of my guild sent me beer?
That's fucking
And-
sexy as hell. That's awesome.
Yeah, and the beer was fantastic too. So I want to.
So he's not even a shit brewer. That's fantastic. Because I've had people send me their home brew, like they send me a growler of their home brew, and I'm like, do over. So I'm happy that you got a good mix there.
Yeah, I got a good one.
So let's talk. Let's do a deep dive into Wisekid. Everybody knows you for that sexy blonde chick profile pic, but clearly you are a middle-aged Asian man.
That's so right. So right. Unfortunately.
Everybody was expecting, oh hey guys, I'm Wisekid. Well, probably not like that, but something along those lines. But
No, that's Miss Russia. Unfortunately.
Who is that? Oh, it's a myth.
The
Okay.
picture is Miss Russia.
Miss Russia. Oh
Yeah.
wow. Somebody from my motherland. I see.
Yeah. You know the amount of times I got people calling me honey on the Discord, and I play along.
Hey, it's not your fault. No, it is your fault. But I wonder how that worked. I see. So that's it. So guys, scratch everything he said about recruitment. He recruits based on his profile pic because everybody thinks he's got a vagina. That is the truth. It's vagina-based recruitment. Clearly,
Catfishing.
catfishing. That's what we do here at Transylvania. So, what kind of a gamer are you? Are you a game completionist, an end gamer, a socialite? What do you consider yourself as?
Let me give you a bit of history. I used to play Warcraft 1, and I got into Dota from Warcraft 2.
Okay.
But I didn't really join the WoW thing because I don't like subscription-based games. And I'm also a big fan of Final Fantasy, like a lot of the PS console games. So I like RPGs, right? So dungeon crawlers are like Diablo. It's not really my kind of thing, but I like Bit Heroes because it runs on the side, and I don't have to pay all my attention to it. I can do other things on the side while still having that community and so on and so forth. So I don't like shooting games.
I'm completely against FPSs because I'm bad at them. I'm not gonna lie. Not because I'm against gun violence. Well, I'm against gun violence, but I'm not against gun games. But I just suck at them, to be honest.
I'm not bad at them. It's just that for me, it's I don't want more stress.
Okay.
I want less stress. I play Bit Heroes when I come back from work. I just want to relax. Not stress over it.
Exactly.
The Discord is like that for me. Like the reason why I like Bit Heroes as well, because relative to other games, it's relatively less toxic in my opinion. So,
you don't have 12-year-olds yelling at you. What the fuck?
Oh, I've had a few. We once had a 13-year-old member, and I told the guy, I'm like, I don't think this is working out. Like, I'm sorry, man. I hate to break it to you.
Fair enough. So
I like stories. I think that's a good statement to make. Anything with a story, I like it most of the time.
As long as it's got a good story, you're into it.
Yeah. I mean, the girls help, to be honest. But
we'll talk about the chicks in a short amount of time here. So you are from New York City, huh?
No, I'm not from New York.
No, you are in New York.
Yeah, I am.
But where are you from? Talk to me a little bit. Where are you from, man?
I grew up in Singapore, did the military, and I'm also from Hong Kong. Like I have family there, and then I came to New York to study and for work as well. So, and I lived in London and Shanghai. So I did. I've been living in.
Look at you, you little world traveler! Oh.
I try my best,
but little man of culture here. I see that.
I enjoy traveling. I would like backpack to countries for months. That's my, I mean, the world's so small. Like you got to get out there and see how your way of life contrasts and juxtaposes with other communities and.
Oh man, that juxtapose word, you threw that in there. It was kind of fancy. I dig it.
I do some fancy stuff sometimes. If you come to New York, I highly recommend that you watch the opera. It's like a fantastic.
Look at this motherfucker plugging in the opera all up in there.
It's cheap. Yeah, it's not expensive.
What do you consider cheap? So I go to New York. I want to go see the opera. What am I looking to pay for decent seats?
All right, there is rush tickets every day at 12 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
So if you are online and you want to get a rush ticket, it's $25.
Fuck yeah! There you go.
Yeah. I mean, I think. Look, I'm Asian, man. It's you shouldn't be spending $250 on it, and that's the original price.
Right.
Go for the rush ticket.
Definitely. I mean, I've always wanted to go to New York to see a lot of the musicals. I grew up. I didn't grow up. We went from Russia. We moved to New Brunswick in New Jersey. So my dad did a lot of business in Brighton Beach. I went to a preschool in Brighton Beach. I grew up in the Russian community on Brighton Beach. That's the area I'm familiar with.
My cousin married a Russian guy, and all the time in Brighton Beach. I used to date a Russian girl.
New York approved gay marriage already? I'm just kidding. I'm not gonna fucking insult your cousin. I thought you said guy. I don't know.
No. My cousin. But I used to date a Russian girl too.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Russian is like your fetish. You fetishize Russians in general.
No, not Russians. I mean, I'm okay with like just Slavic, like across Belarus. Like I'm totally okay.
So
with
Scandinavian, Anglo-Saxon. You're into white chicks with blonde hair. Let's put it on the table. Let's go straight forward here.
I'm global. I do anything with a good personality. Like,
You do anything. Fuck, you do anything with a hole. Don't fucking lie to me. It's all good. I feel you there, man. Sometimes a good lay is a good lay. So you travel. You've been around. You see a lot of the musicals in New York?
I'm not a fan of musicals.
Oh, really?
Even though I like opera. Yeah. I like the classical stuff a lot more.
Okay.
Yeah, the New Age stuff is just not my thing. Like, I'm not a big fan of like Book of Mormon and stuff like that.
Fuck you! Fuck you, motherfucker! I love that musical. I've seen it 4 times. I paid over $1,000 in tickets to Book of Mormon. You know.
So
I love that shit.
I'm not saying I don't like it. I'm saying I'm not a fan relative. So if you're paying $200 and you want to watch one show, I will watch an opera first.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. I mean, it was expensive, but I personally, I love that thing. I've seen Wicked 3 times. I've seen Book of Mormon 4 times. I've seen Les Miserables, I don't know how many times. Phantom of the Opera, again, I have no idea. Fiddler on the Roof, I've seen it from when I was growing up as a child, and I just keep watching it. Christmas Carol, I mean, by the way, my buddy, who older than me, is a family friend. He started out, you know, doing small musicals in San Diego and Los Angeles and that area, and he was just in a feature role as a celloist in the Green Book. So Dmitry Marinov, I mean, just an incredible role, and he finally made it in his career. I'm so proud of him.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
So Les Miserables and Phantom, they're both operas, but they people just know them musicals. But the kind of mechanics that they have is actually an opera, and they're quite different from like the other musicals that you know of. I actually like Shakespearean comedies too. I mean, I don't want to get a bit too.
I'm not. I can't do it. I can't do Romeo and Juliet, Hamlet, all that stuff. It's too rough on me. I'm a simple motherfucker. I'll be straight.
No, man.
I'm the simple kind of guy.
You know something? You know something? I think a lot of people don't understand, because today, people who know Shakespeare, they assume that people who don't know Shakespeare are stupid people, which is not really the case. But but Shakespeare plays were meant for the peasants. The way that they were doing it in the past is they were doing it in public halls, not like for the bourgeois and whatnot. So it's true, but people don't believe that. You know, it's meant for common folk, and I'm one of them.
You think of yourself as a common folk?
Well, I think so. I don't put myself on the pedestal, or I try not to.
Fair enough. Fair enough. I like that though. You don't try to put yourself, you know, raise your nose up high and in the air. That's cool. I hear you there. Give me a second. I'm trying to see if mentally if I have enough for my Melvitron, and I think I just do barely. From my number 8, is it? Number 7. No, yeah, 7.
Is it better than Waldo? Like,
for me, I hate familiar hunting more than anything else in the world. It's the bane of my existence. For me, it's the same as going to play Minecraft and fucking farming resources. I think it's so shitty.
Yeah, I don't like it too. And I don't like
when this this world boss came up. I'm like, shit, I can set up my whole team from the world boss, and I don't have to familiar hunt. Fuck yeah, do it.
Yeah, yeah. I have the same problem. I can't deal with the hunting of the, you know, the legendary fams that occurs once in a while, like the bullies and the stuff. Like, so annoying to look for them.
This is what I wanted to do. Check this out. Here we go. I'm gonna do trials. Oh, well, no, I have to change the fucking augment. There we go. Familiars. Where's that shit? We'll do the. Where is it? 10%. 10% chance to heal team. Not when I get hit. Where the fuck is that? So many fucking augments. When you hit 10% to heal team when you hit. Yeah, there it is. Alright. And then on me, I have my drum leg, and then we do trial. That, and then we switch out Drazig for my second Melvitron.
Holy shit!
And then we do this fucking team. look at how ugly I look.
Ridiculous.
That
was like $1,000. Just that screen alone.
I don't know. It's probably 1,200 energy packs. It's already over 1,100 for sure. I just wanted. Let me get the snippet of these guys. There we go. Okay, I can press it back.
I mean, just looking at it, it's scary.
Oh, that makes me excited. Oh. But yeah, it's been a grind to get this next one, and I'm trying to do. I want 2 more, and then I'll be done with Melvatron forever. Not done with fam farming, but I'll be done with Melvatron at least. Oh, DD put it in. I'll put it in here then. Sorry, I'm excited. I've been wanting to do this for a while.
Oh, happy. It's a big moment.
Yeah.
Put on screen too.
And it seems to be working pretty seamlessly in 1000. Oh, numbers. Let me turn on the numbers. It's absolutely right. So you guys can see the numbers there. Oh, 1 second.
That's freaking insane, right? Like having. I just got the scheme myself. Can't build it yet, though.
Yeah, it's a lot of work. So
Wait,
let's.
does it heal?
What's that?
Does it heal?
No. Oh, well, it's like a 2 SP, but it doesn't really matter. That's not what it's for.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks Ubinox for subscribing. Appreciate that, man. Let's get the numbers. Battle text there. You guys can see those crazy numbers. So, you have. I'm looking at your profile here, and you have some pet peeves: bad food, flat beer, overzealous religious nutcases, and nuclear militarization. It's like a wide net of shit. What do you consider quote-unquote bad food? What? Let's start off with that one, because I'm a big foodie. I consider myself a big foodie.
Dude, you and I are friends then. Like I'm a. Oh man. I live to eat, not eat to live. I'm like that kind of guy. Like if you know any Singaporeans, and you know your wife is Cantonese, so love food, love eating all the time. So what is bad food? Wow, that's hard to explain, man. Like,
what do you consider? So you go into a restaurant, you sit down, they put it in front of you, and you Gordon Ramsay that bitch. You throw it against the wall and say, "This shit is raw." Okay, that's obvious, it's raw. But what would you consider sending it back or bad, other than it being raw or just in general? What makes you cringe when it comes to food?
A well done steak.
Okay.
Like,
so you order it medium, and it comes in well done.
I'm always having it medium rare. There's simply no other way to eat it, in my opinion. I'm not friends with a lot of vegetarians.
Me neither, to be honest.
Yeah, it's so hard. I mean, it's just like, I don't know how to talk to you about if you don't know what the pleasures in life are. You know, like, it's challenging. And
now to be perfectly honest, I have been to there's about 10 extremely good vegetarian restaurants in Las Vegas. I've been to one of them, where the bill was about $90 for food without meat. And that was for 2 people. And it was exceptional, and it was impressive. And of all things, it was vegetarian sushi.
Yeah.
So it's an actual thing. And it was incredible. Yeah. So
don't get me wrong. Like I love vegetables too. I eat my veggies. I can eat a vegetarian meal. What I'm not okay with are vegetarian Nazis, and that's the problem. Like if they're assigning a morality to me just simply because I choose to eat meat, we have a problem. But if you want to eat vegetables, I'm fine with it. You know, completely fine. I don't mind eating vegetables. I don't need to eat meat every day, but to tell me I shouldn't eat meat, that's a big problem.
Okay, so you don't like people telling you what to do when it comes to your food?
Oh yeah, big time.
That's fair. I feel you there. I don't like going into a restaurant and them serving something and then telling me how to eat it. If the food doesn't speak to me and tell me how I should eat it, and it's right in front of my face, we got a problem.
Yeah. I used to work in a restaurant before myself. I did a bit of mixology, so I'm just not okay with when I go to a restaurant and if I tell them the food's not okay, and then they say, "Oh, that's the way it's meant to be served," and I'm like, "You gotta be fucking kidding me!" Like, seriously, that has happened to me before a few times.
All right, another one of your pet peeves: overzealous religious nutcases. What does that mean?
Yeah. Well, it's a touchy subject, especially in the U.S.
Okay.
What I think.
What do you consider, quote unquote, an overzealous religious nutcase?
A good example, I mean, would be if someone believes that, you know, the fact that I'm not part of their religion and therefore I go to hell.
Okay.
That's a problem. Like, superimposition of your religious beliefs, it's a big problem. Like, it's fine if you believe in something, I respect that completely. But don't tell me that I'm not worthy of being a human being simply because I don't subscribe to your way of beliefs. Like, that's a big problem.
Fair enough. I feel you there.
Yeah, you know, but the problem is a lot of religions, they tell their followers, like, to do a good deed, you have to convert someone else to your...
Oh, it's called evangelism, right.
Yeah, the evangelism part, and the thing is, like, they're not necessarily bad people because, from their point of view, they're trying to save your soul. However laughable it is, but
right.
I just don't buy into that right? Like, or if they're trying to save your soul, and if because you don't convert, you should die. Like, that has happened before. Like,
that's a little cringy. I'll give you that.
But so, how do you deal with people like that? You know, and it doesn't mean that they're bad people. They just were brought up the wrong way.
Fair enough. Yeah, see how that all makes sense. I'm not a big fan of religious zealots, but I have a different reason. I had a very bad experience with it growing up because my grandmother got converted back when she was in Russia to becoming a Jehovah's Witness.
Wow.
And I had to grow up with extremely harsh rhetoric to the point of calling my wife a witch and saying my kids will be deformed and really, really hardcore rhetoric-y, just very vicious stuff. Which, I mean, she's my grandma. She's dead now. I miss her. She was a very interesting, unique personality, but what religion did to her really affects me on a deep level. So it left me a very stark agnostic, and I married an atheist. So
yeah.
I mean,
so
we go to the Buddhist temple once every 3 fucking years, do the fucking shit with the fucking incense, fucking wave it around 3 times, and then fucking get the fuck out. You know, sure. Yeah. But that doesn't, once every 3 years, I still call that atheism. I don't give a fuck what my wife calls it. That's fucking atheism.
Yeah. No, hey man, I completely understand.
I mean, you're from a Chinese household. You understand the whole incense waving and shit. Yeah, it's tradition. And the whole table in front of your house, behind your house on certain days with the fucking duck and the tangerines, mandarins, and yeah, you know what I'm talking about, right? Yeah. I'm cool with that. That's her family. I respect her family's beliefs. They're not trying to push it down my throat. The mom walks around with incense or brooms, the brooms stuff around the house. You know what I'm talking about, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I'm cool with that.
I think religion is you know, throughout the centuries, it's a weapon of mass destruction. But like but at the end of the day, it's a tool. You know, how you use that tool, you know, the person behind that tool is the person who's at fault. If you use the tool in the wrong way, right? And that's why I'm not religious myself. I'm spiritual. I'm deist, by the way.
You're one more time?
I'm deist.
What is that?
Deist means you believe in a supernatural, but you don't give a shit about it.
Okay. So it's different from agnostic.
Yeah. So agnostic means
Because I believe that there is a God. And I believe agnostic also means a monotheistic God as well. So that there's one God.
Right, right.
If I'm not mistaken, because I believe that there is I'm not religious or anything, but I believe that there is a God and there's one God. That's all. I don't like I said, I don't give a shit about anything else.
But you care about the God.
No, not really. I just
right. Then you're a deist.
Okay.
A deist does not believe. Okay, a deist sort of believes that there is a deity. Basically, that's where the word deism comes from. But does not have a relationship with that God. Right? So you believe in a supernatural, doesn't mean you care about it. I'll give you one example. The Earth itself. We might be viruses on Earth or bacteria from the perspective of Earth as a being. But do you care about, do you have a personal relationship with the Earth? Maybe not, right? Not in the same way as you have with Jesus or
I haven't hugged a tree other than the last time I was really, really fucking shit-faced. That's the last time I hugged a tree.
Yeah.
And that wasn't because I loved the tree, it's because I couldn't fucking walk.
Right. For agnostics, though, someone posted the definition. Agnostics are not clear or doesn't believe that it can ever be confirmed that a God exists or not.
In my personal opinion, I felt like that was atheist more than agnostic.
No, an atheist just doesn't believe in the supernatural.
Okay.
Yeah.
My wife's more of an agnostic. Well, no, she doesn't believe anything really. Man. She calls herself an atheist. I'll just take her word for it. Either way, this conversation is going to turn off a bunch of people and everybody's going to leave the stream, so we should probably cut it short.
You were like, oh, they're talking about religion. Let's get the fuck out.
But, you shouldn't be afraid. These are all human topics to talk about.
They are human topics, but religion gets nasty. It's one of those that it's like religion, politics, and what was the third one that always gets? Abortion. Abortion's always a good one. You start talking about abortion, but oh my god, that's why I don't talk about those on stream, in game, or anywhere else, because I don't give that much of a fuck on about them. It is what it is. Either way, we have a massive giveaway right fucking now. That's right. Right now, we're going to be giving away one that even Wisekid doesn't know about. So we got Sir Jive, which he knows about. And with Sir Jive, we're going to be giving away a ball breaker spot. That's right, ball breaker. Let me show you what we're working with. First off, Sir Jive. We got Sir Jive. Amazing dude. By the way, this guy's personality is off the charts. Incredible guy. Running Earthen, Twitch, Bath Salt. Running leg DR with two absorbs. He does have full leg DR if he decides to run it. It's his choice. Amazing bait for anybody's team. And then we got Ball Breaker. Ball Breaker spot, it is a 2-week temp spot, but you can maximize those 2 weeks for sure. He is one of the top 5 in TS. He is running Mercy with Wreck and Weave, maxed Daz and Toe. He's one of the few people who sticks to his build. So this is what you're gonna get. This is what you see. This is what you're gonna get. Not gonna, move it around too much. Typically gonna stick with it. Of course, he has leg everything. Ball.
And Ball's a really nice guy too.
Incredible dude. But I think that's a given. A lot of people, most people know about Ball. I don't know if anybody knows about Sir Jive. Sir Jive he's in the community, but I don't know.
Jive was from Trod, you know that.
I do. Oh, I recently learned it. Let's just say I recently learned it. But yeah, since this is such a big giveaway, let me do my little soundbite. Where's that soundbite?
Surprise, motherfucker.
There it is. Alright, since this is such a big giveaway, this is going to be 1 out of 1,000. So this is something you will have to spam for. And go ahead and spam the fuck away. Again, this is Ball Breaker with Sir Jive. Sir Jive is a perma spot with, I believe, a 12 or 16 hour kick timer. And the Ball Breaker, it is a 2-week temp spot. So be aware of that. But go the fuck to town, and good luck, guys. Were you expecting a Ball Breaker spot today?
No, I wasn't.
There we go. It's always fun to expect the unexpected. So, From your right up here, I see that you're turned on, get hot and horny, lift tables with no hands from a lot of stuff. I see cultured people, media rare steak served by a girl wearing an apron and only an apron, and RNG's blessing, gratitude, and grandmother's cooking. First off, let's start from the top. Cultured people. What do you mean by cultured people? Because I don't consider myself a cultured person.
Well, yeah, what I really mean by cultured people, I mean people who try to explore things beyond their own mind, I would say. Trying to understand how other people live.
So, more open-minded than you'd say cultured.
Yeah, I mean, well, no, open-minded is one thing, but trying to know more about others. And develop an understanding of, what is culture? How to define culture to begin with, right? Culture is a way of life, right? If you live a very simple life, that's fine, but you want to try to understand what other people do and see how that works with you. To me, that's trying to develop a way of life, and that's important to me. Like, you stick to one way of life, and then you grow into another, and you keep doing that. So that's the way I see it. It doesn't mean like you have to watch an opera. Like, that doesn't, to me,
right.
Yeah, that's not the definition of opera culture in my mind.
Fair enough. Okay, I can see that.
Yeah, I think the way I would put it, develop an appreciation of the things in life that is offered to you. And that's what I mean by culture.
I gotcha. I like that. Embrace your surroundings, essentially.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And let's go with a medium rare steak served by a girl wearing an apron and only an apron. So that's slightly dangerous. She can hurt herself.
Oh no way, man. Not with a medium rare steak.
Oh, it's still got a. Oh yeah, it's true. It's gonna be what, 180 on top? 180 is medium,
okay,
right?
So
I don't cook. I get cooked for.
I'm a man of appreciation. I like things that gets me hungry.
Hey.
Let's start with a steak. Like it's the primal sense of trying to consume something, right? What better way for a full presentation, in my opinion? Things I like to happen the same, and I love people cooking for me. Like, I'm sure you understand what I'm cooking. Definitely. And it's cooked with love, like, a feast for the eyes and a feast for your mouth as well.
Definitely, I'm 100% behind you. It's gotta be both. But just to sideline that, I've had fucking incredible, out of this world food in a hole in the wall dim sum places all over the world that looks not the most incredibly appetizing, but tastes fucking out of this world. Perfectly honest with you. I haven't paid exorbitant amounts of money, but the flavors were fucking incredible.
But it's like, okay, I think a lot of people don't know this, or don't think about things like that. But a hole in the wall kind of means that person has been cooking that same dish for decades.
Right.
If the person can sustain and cook that same dish for decades, it's good. It's probably really good.
Yeah, especially
and
if that's all they do. Like
Yeah.
I was in Melbourne, Australia. I was in Chinatown, and there was a shop there that only did steamed buns. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, not only steamed buns, but only steamed pork buns. That's it. They didn't do anything else. Just steamed pork buns from 6 a.m. until 1 p.m. 6 days a week. That's it. Nothing else. And they had a huge line. I stood in that line. No. So, that kind of stuff is
insane, right?
Yeah, it's insane. And their presentation was pretty good. But there are other places where I've had the food wasn't super presentable or extremely good looking. but the flavors were out of the world.
I can talk about food for 2 hours, man. Like that's part of my job actually. Like I work as a relationship manager, and part of my job is actually going to good places, you know, for meals. And I pride myself in that. And that's what I travel for. If I go overseas, the first thing I care about is what are the local restaurants that the people I meet like to go. Like,
right. What are you gonna eat?
Mama's house. Like, yeah, what do they eat on the weekends? What the go to? I go for those.
Definitely feel you there. So let's just slightly hit on food, because I know both of us can probably go on it for hours. But what would you say your favorite? Like, if you have a choice. I know this is hard because it's a hard question. If you have a choice, and any food, doesn't matter how much, doesn't matter anything, what would be your first and foremost choice? The main dish, the side dish, and the drink. Go.
The side dish will be foie gras. For sure.
Not the topping. So you don't want that on top of your dish. You want it on the side.
Side, yeah, like an appetizer.
Sure.
Foie gras is like insane. Wait, this is not like my last dish before I die kind of thing, right?
No. This is, if you had any choice in the world, this would be your choice right now.
Oh yeah, I'll eat foie gras, and I would have a steak and sushi combo.
Steak and
So,
sushi combo.
like an
What cut? First off.
Oh, I'm actually a big fan of ribs and ribeye. Like I like the fatty, intermuscular fat.
Okay, so boneless or tomahawk?
I don't need the bone, to be honest. Like usually I go for Wagyu, and if you Wagyu, you need bones. That.
Okay.
I mean, you can, but it doesn't make a difference. Not much of a difference.
Wagyu A5, a very premium cut. Okay. Now you don't care about gnawing on the bone, because I have a buddy, and we took him to in Venetian. Emerald's got a really decent restaurant, and you know the steaks there are not cheap. You're talking about upwards of $100 a steak, $150. Some of the more premium cuts, you're talking upwards of $200-300 for one piece of steak. You know, and it doesn't necessarily mean it's big. We went there, and he got the tomahawk, paid an exorbitant amount for it. And then he got both hands on the tomahawk in this restaurant where he's gonna foot a bill of about $400 for just himself, and he's chewing on the tomahawk.
The thing about
on that
people
bone.
don't know, yeah, the bone matters in some circumstances. So if you do Argentinian churrasco, the bone is important because they grill it with the bone and the marrow drips out into the meat. Then that makes a difference. But if you go for a Wagyu steak, you don't need, if you cook it with the bone, it's not gonna move onto the meat. It makes no difference at all.
Right. It might
But
actually
yes,
make it worse. It's not exactly even better at all.
Yeah, if you stew a bone, oh hell, it's like key, like it's important, it's critical. It depends on the context.
Yeah. Well,
So-
what we do in our house is my wife really likes making stuff with oxtail. So I have I have a freezer in the garage that has about 25 pounds of oxtail in it.
Dude,
So
you
and
gotta
then we have
go
a
wild.
slow cooker.
Yeah, by the way, my top dish, so I do cook a little bit myself, not very well though, like not the best at it, but I actually cook borscht with oxtail.
Okay.
Yeah, you should try.
My family we typically do a lamb borscht. It's just a family thing.
But do you do it with oxtail?
Lamb, not just so.
Just trust me one time. Just do it one time and tell me how it turns out. Do it with oxtail, and the flavor will be completely different and off the charts.
My wife likes doing oxtail pho. That's her specialty. Even though she's Chinese, she does an oxtail pho.
Yeah. Well,
it's substantially better than our #1 oxtail pho in Las Vegas, which is over at District 1. That's what they say is the #1 oxtail pho, and it's like I think $20 for the pho, which is an exorbitant amount for a fucking bowl of pho.
I've never seen anyone do an oxtail borscht before, though.
Yeah, it is unique. I know a lot of Russian restaurants, of course I'm Russian, and I've never seen oxtail borscht either.
Yeah, so, I get it. It's so much flavor in the bones. It's such a underrated cut. People don't use it that much.
So
and
we talked about your side. We talked about your protein. Now let's talk about the sushi. Any particular kind of sushi? Is it sushi, sashimi, nigiri, hand roll? What kind of sushi?
Yeah, I feel a bit bad eating bluefin tuna, but honestly, otoro is like crazy good. I don't eat that much though, because it's really expensive and it's kind of bad for the environment. But otherwise, I like amberjack.
Amberjack?
Yeah, I like fatty stuff. If you don't already, amberjack has a pretty high fat content for a whitefish.
Yeah.
So that
when I go sushi, I usually order 5 or 6 hamachi kamas. That's just me.
Yeah.
I order a lot of different nigiris and hamachi kamas. That's the way I roll typically. I don't do rolls. I do nigiris and hamachi kamas.
Wait, hamachi is and kampachi. They are both amberjack. They're just different types.
I thought hamachi is yellowtail, right? Is it not?
Sorry.
I thought hamachi was yellowtail. I don't actually know. Let's take a look.
Yeah, they have different names, but yeah, they're great. I love anyway. I love all kinds of sashimi. Yeah, but I love uni as well. Uni is a big favorite of mine. Especially the West Coast unis. They're pretty good.
Definitely. I'm on board with you there. I mean, my wife likes all sorts of stuff. I'm a little bit more of a basic bitch because I'm used to what I like and I've been eating the same thing for so long. I'll try everything, but typically, unless it's I forget the 10-course Japanese sushi restaurants. I forgot the name of them. You know off the top of your head?
Sorry, say again.
The 10-course sushi restaurants where they have a preset menu.
Yeah, the omakases. You mean?
Omakases. Thank you. Yeah, unless I'm going to one of those, I typically know what I like to order.
Yeah.
So if I go to there, they know they well with omakases they get their fish fresh and they make what they get. So and those Japanese chefs that I mean, this is not your American in the kitchen. These are trained Japanese chefs that are, especially in Las Vegas, that are shipped in from around the world, who are paid exorbitant amounts of money, that you're going to be paying at least $150 for your full 10 course, and you're going to be getting incredible shit. Like it's going to be out of this world. That's the exception.
I feel terrible because I eat a lot of this omakases, and I don't think they're worth $150 though. Like, would I pay it? Yeah, but from an economic standpoint, sure. But if you actually go shop for this fish, like, it's way overpriced. Like,
it is.
Yeah.
But I don't know if some of the fish that they use is unique, and I don't know if I'll actually be able to get some of the fish they use, at least in Las Vegas.
Yeah.
Personally,
Las Vegas, there's a lot of Japanese people, so you get so much options.
Now we've had a large Asian influx, a lot of Chinese, a lot of Japanese. We have a whole area now that's primarily Filipino. It has 6 fried chicken restaurants and a seafood city. So and a Jollibee, a Lollipop, Grill City. So it's focused on Filipinos because that's.
I love Filipino food.
With Filipino food, it's a love-hate relationship. I love it, but it doesn't always agree with my stomach.
Yeah, I know where you're coming from. Some of the food's quite sour, so if you're not used to it, you won't get it.
I mean, I love a kari kari. I love a really thick, delicious peanut kari kari with lamb falling off the bone. Oh, it's incredible, right? But yeah, I'm all 100% about that. Speaking about being about that, let's give you guys another giveaway. Let's go ahead with another full raid team from TAIG. And who do we got now? We got, oh, one of my old carries. Gene Valjean, who I believe is still on my friends list. And we got other people here.
Oh, he carried you?
He did for a while, absolutely. He's my first friend from Auto. When he was in Auto, I believe you guys have been flopping him back and forth a little bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, so this person is totally Zael and running full Oblit, Bath Salt, Twitch, solid ruins there. We got Groot? I don't know.
Groot.
Grove. Again, running full Oblit with 2 pieces of Hellfire. Interesting setup there. A tank build. Gene Valjean. Oh, Gene Valjean switched to DPS from his Oblit tank phase. Nice.
Bro, it's Jean Valjean, man. Yeah, I thought you were a big, like,
Don't give a fuck. Don't give a fuck. Gene
musical
Valjean. Don't give a fuck. Gene Valjean. And Nav. I've seen Nav a lot on the leaderboard. This guy's hitting it pretty hard.
killing
And-
it.
Yeah, we got a Weave user, 2 pieces of Talds, and 3 pieces of Laras. Killing it. Oh, this is a really cool team, but this is a lot of baits and tanks. Definitely, if you were we do have Gene Valjean running, Jean Valjean running a DPS build, but probably if you're a DPS, this would help you the most. Is Jean running going for a star at all? Do you know? I'll DM him later and ask too.
Is he going for what? Sorry.
Starweave.
I don't think so.
No. Good. He's a really, really good dude. If anybody's talked to John, he's a super dude. Hey, that was a quick win.
So Jean, he's one of those guys who's like, he will move to TRA, he will move to Auto. He's one of those people I really appreciate to have in my guild, because these are folks that make my life so much easier. And they don't care which title they have. Is it TRA, Auto? They move around because they enjoy the community. Like, these are the people I'm looking.
Those are the ones I appreciate. Folks that will do whatever it takes to help other people out. And that's huge.
Yeah, super cool guy.
I have super respect and appreciation for him. Definitely. Oh wow, we're exactly on schedule. Super rare. I don't have to modify anything. It's all on schedule. I love that shit. Yes, Timu, I live in Vegas. He was like, you live in Vegas? Oh, I did not know. Be open about it.
What do you do in Vegas?
I do manufacturing. So I do manufacturing of nutraceuticals and nutraceuticals, vitamins, cosmetics. So I do sourcing of ingredients. I do HR. I do shipping. I don't do shipping and receiving. I do logistics. So I have guys who handle the stuff in the warehouse, but I do the actual logistics coordination.
No better place to do it than Las Vegas, man.
Well, for some of our products, we don't really have a choice because they need that humidity-free environment. And Las Vegas, Nevada, and Arizona are pretty much it in the U.S., parts of New Mexico as well, when it comes to that humidity-free or extremely low humidity. You still need dehumidifiers for some of the ingredients that I make. I mean, some of the products that we make, but you don't really have a choice.
Very interesting, very interesting.
Typically, if you're familiar with like Alka-Seltzer or products that basically the second you put them in water, they explode. So those kind of products, they require that extreme dehumidified environment. So just to give you an idea, a little bit about what I do. What do you do?
I work in fintech.
Okay, what is that?
So financial technology.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's basically technology that powers finance, or financial softwares, your mobile apps, those kind of stuff.
Okay.
And my role is a relationship manager, so I handle, I negotiate contracts as well.
So is it a sales role?
No, not really, but
Okay.
some people might see that way. It's more business development
Okay.
for me, because it's more B2B, but we're not exactly selling.
You're
developing
curating existing clients and keeping existing clients.
new clients actually. So we acquire new partners. We don't really call them clients because it's not exactly a sales role. So we're trying to create new partnership opportunities that would enable customers to get better financial experience, digital experience.
Okay. So as you call yourself a fintech strategist. What is the strategy role behind what you do?
Yeah, so you create new use cases. You create new kinds of economic arrangements. If I do something for you, you do something for me, right? It doesn't mean that you actually have to spend money doing it. If there are some use cases that benefits both companies from a marketing standpoint or a engagement standpoint with customers, to bring both brands together to either grow a new market or to tap into each other's market, those are the kinds of arrangements that I try to strategize and drive growth with.
Okay. Interesting. So if I were to come to you as one of my businesses, a business that I own, I run an Amazon sales outlet. What would you do for me as an Amazon sales outlet?
Well,
is there a role that you could play in my business, for example?
Yeah, well, if you are a financial company, if you're a financial software company, then I have something to work with you on. Or if you're a retail company trying to provide financial products to your customer. For example, if you want to issue your own credit card, branded Roman whatever, or Bit Hero card, credit card, you talk to me and I can try to work something out with you. But you have to be big enough like an Amazon. So I'm dealing with clients on an Amazon level. Like I'm talking about the entire Amazon, not just an Amazon seller. That makes sense.
So big boy clients.
Yeah, the big boy clients. Because the company I work at now is pretty big and we're global. And we have limited resources. So in order to hit a certain critical mass, or you need economies of scale, we only work with large companies to tap into each other's market.
Okay.
Yeah, I wish we had the capacity to do smaller companies because those have the most growth potential, in my opinion. But I don't make the shots.
Hey, as long as you get paid the bucks, you don't have to make the shots. So, speaking of making the bucks and spending them on people, how is your, if you don't mind me asking, how is your personal dating life going?
Terrible.
Terrible?
I work too much and I head home and I play Bit Heroes and I chill. I don't go out as much as I should be. I don't know. New York is not an easy place to date, man.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, a lot of people judge based on your earning power, your type of job, and I feel like that's not. I don't find a lot of genuine people, because the reason is because a lot of people in New York sees New York life as a fake, and I must say I myself am one of those. So when you start dating, you enter a conversation knowing that you and we see this as a phase. There's very little for you to latch onto to develop and grow into something meaningful, in my opinion. So nothing worked out for me in New York thus far.
When's the last time you got laid, baby?
Months. Put it that way.
Oh.
That would.
I'm sorry, baby.
It's life. I have more success outside of New York, like outside the U.S. actually.
Well, of course, hookers are cheap outside the U.S.
No, man, I never paid for that. Never paid for stuff like that.
Never paid for sex. All right. What about Tinder? You try out Tinder?
No, I don't really like it at all. Once in a while, I use it, but I'm never satisfied with what I see.
With what? So you're a little bit picky.
Yeah, you could say that. That's not the first time.
Do you have when it comes to chicks, you have champagne taste but beer looks? I don't know. I'm just kidding. I don't know. I don't know you visually, and I don't. It's not something that I look for in my interviews. It's not. I'm just shooting the shit, honestly. But do you feel like you are looking for somebody outside of your weight class when it comes to dating?
What do you mean by weight class? Sorry.
So you're looking for somebody. So, I mean, most of us can look in the mirror and say, okay, I can rate myself. I'm a BAM, and then look downstairs, and I can rate that as a BAM. And then you can find yourself somebody who's either equivalent to your BAM, or somebody's like a WOW or a meh. You know, what do you? You're looking for a WOW, of course. Everybody's looking for a WOW. But what kind of WOW? How big of a WOW are you looking for? You feel like you're going to be shooting outside of that weight class pretty hard, or do you confidently rate yourself pretty high?
No, man. I don't think it's about that. I think it's what fits me. Frankly, if it works for me. For example, I play games.
Yeah.
Like a lot of girls in New York, if you're like a head of department, or you have like that New York life, and you do fashion, like there's a high chance that person wouldn't like someone who plays games. You know, it just is the case. I watch anime. I will be 50 years old and I'll still watch anime. I watch Korean dramas. I watch opera. I go like the full spectrum. I eat all kinds of food. So finding someone who's down to earth with class and taste, really, really hard to find someone like that. Who's pretty, obviously, yeah, that's a requirement for me, and who would play games.
I really hate doing this to women in general, and this is not what I stand for by any means. But on a scale of 1 to 10, what are you looking for? Looks, only looks, only looks. Not talking about depth, not talking about personality or anything else. Looks. What are you looking for? And being honest with yourself. What are you looking for?
Yeah, at least an 8 in my mind. Like
a solid 8. An 8 there, but in personality, what are you looking for?
Oh, in terms of personality,
gotta be a 10.
Yeah. I lived a very violent childhood, so I cannot tolerate a lady who's violent at all. And you know that. Like, you can talk to your wife about this. Like, Asian mom, man, big shit they gotta deal with.
I'll be honest with you. My wife's family is darling. I'm not. Yeah, they're not your traditional. I know traditional. I've met traditional. I've hung out with traditional. They're not what I would call traditional Asian household. They are loud. Don't get me wrong. We go into a Chinese restaurant. Everybody's turned around looking at our table. I mean, not a Chinese, but an American restaurant. And my wife's mom is talking with other relatives at the table. Everybody's looking at us like, why the fuck are these motherfuckers so loud? Yes, they do that. But
yeah. Cantonese people are quite loud. It is.
And I noticed most of Cantonese people are fucking deaf too. I don't know why.
They only hear themselves, unfortunately.
Or in general, deaf, like deaf in one ear, or hard of hearing slightly. I don't know why, but I've just noticed in her family a lot of people have a little issue hearing. Nobody wears hearing aids, but you know they have a little hearing issue out of one ear. And also with our Cantonese friends, some of them just have these issues. Maybe it's from being yelled at for so long. I don't know what it is.
I've been whacked on the head many times, so that might be one of the reasons.
Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah, so personality, I think I need a 10.
You need a 10. All right. Fair enough.
Yeah.
So we got personality, we got looks 8, personality 10. How about interests? So we'll say a 1 shares no common interest, a 10 sharing all interests. On a scale of 1 to 10, how many interests how close of an interest category does she have to be?
Yeah, so about that, I don't rate it that way, and I'm sorry to not give you a satisfactory answer, but let me explain. There are some interests which are deal breakers for me. Food is one of them. The girl gotta eat. Man. Like, I don't like bones. The girl gotta know how to eat with me and enjoy eating with me, and that's key. But there are many interests that the girl can have that's completely different from me, and it's completely okay. Like, I don't want to do every single thing in my life with the girl. You know what I'm saying? Like, if she likes to paint, I don't like to paint. Go ahead, paint. Like, I'm happy that she has a different interest.
So we'll say one. If we'll say one because that's food. You just care from what you just mentioned. Food is the only deal breaker for you. If she does not,
no.
Okay, you have other deal breakers when it comes to interests.
Well, interest in traveling and interest in food, that's two of them. Interest in economics and politics, that's another one of them.
Really? So, for example, I'm gonna cut you off there a little bit. So, if she has a different political inclination, that would be a deal breaker?
No. If it's different, it's fine. If it has no interest, it's not.
Bear with me 1 second. My son just woke up. Right back.
Yeah, no problem. Family comes first. But yeah, I wish I could play games with the family, of course. Can you guys hear me at this point? Awesome. Final Fantasy IX. Not a big fan of it, unfortunately. I feel like the graphics were not really my thing.
Sorry about that.
No problem, man. We're discussing Final Fantasy.
Oh, nice. Alright, so where were we? Travel, food, common interests.
Yes. So travel, food, and the desire to understand politics and economics.
But what if her understanding is different from yours?
Which is fine. Like, I'm okay with differences in views.
Are you a fierce view changer? Are you gonna attempt to? So, for example, my wife and I, we differ very strictly on politics. I'm not gonna say which kind or which side or who we voted for. I don't give a fuck about that. You know, I don't think it matters really. But both of us are very, different on our political perspective. She defends it very strongly, using tactics such as yelling and badgering. But that's her choice. How fierce are you on your political side, regardless of what it is?
I'm very open to listening. I would never drown out someone's opinion unless the opinion is made on
emotion, not facts.
Right, on emotion, or a person hasn't really thought about it and it makes a comment or a position without trying to understand things. For example, if we talk about religion, if they believe because the Bible said something and therefore it is right, then seriously go to hell. Like, if you don't understand why the Bible made a certain statement, or why did Jesus say something about something, what's the principle behind it, it's just like spouting from a piece of paper, you know, and people write things on a piece of paper. So I think that's the part that bothers me the most. If you think about it and you understand the principle and the premise behind the statement or a political position, I'm fine with it. We just differ, and I respect your opinion. And I've done that many times.
Fair.
And you know, in the U.S., it's quite surprising. People don't like to talk about politics.
Well,
They
it's
say,
so. I don't know if people like or don't like. It's for me. It might just not be the best climate right now. It just seems.
Yeah, agree.
It seems a little rough. People are very, very passionate. Both sides are. That's okay being passionate. I just don't like being screamed at.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't mind talking about my opinion. I'm not gonna talk about it on stream because that's no fun for anybody. But I don't like being screamed at. I'll discuss it. It doesn't have to be with like-minded individuals. I just don't like being called names after I voice my opinion. You voice my opinion.
I think it's important that people shouldn't jump to conclusions. Like, it's not even a political statement. It's like a principle in life. Like, if you hear something, check with the person first. Try to understand his position, then get pissed off after that if you disagree. Not before that. And that's quite important.
Right. Totally. So we'll say 4 out of 10 on common interests. I think that's fair. She doesn't. It's a high. My wife and I, we probably are 7 out of 10 on common interests. We have a lot of common interests. For everything from anime to manga to hentai to places we like to go visit. You know, positions. Not political, but the other positions, yes. You know.
How about kids?
So yeah, absolutely. And parenting, we also disagree. She's more of a soft parenter. I'm very strict, very Russian, not hard-handed. I don't beat my kids very hard. So you know, just their difference of opinions.
Yeah.
So we have a lot of things in common, and that's what really struck up our relationship.
But I think the important thing in a relationship, with my limited experience, unfortunately, is a couple needs the ability to know how to settle different. And that's the important part, right? It's okay to be different. You know, I don't want someone who's like me. Right? You know, like why would I want to be with someone who's exactly like me? I have myself already. It's just like freaking boring, in my opinion. You want someone different who can spice life, you know, and make you better.
Well, regardless, they're gonna be different. They're gonna have a twat.
Oh yeah, I mean,
I hope. Well, not I hope. By the way, I fully support gay marriage. Y'all do what you gotta do. But you know, in this case, I have a twat. So.
Yeah. But it's important. The most important thing is when you have an argument, you know how to work it through. That's the most important.
Fair enough. All right, let's do another giveaway. We got a bunch we gotta get through. We got sidetracked as always.
Surprise, motherfucker!
Let's see who's next on the good old giveaway list here. Oh, we got our top trap member on this one here. We got Radlin. Nice. Is that how you pronounce it? What's the right pronunciation with all the numbers and shit?
Which one?
Rad. How do you pronounce his name?
Oh, I call him Radiant.
Radiant. Okay. I don't know. Radiant. Rad. Okay. We got all these numbers and funny shizness going on. But yeah, you got OP here. And then alongside him, you have more folks to complete that raid team. You got Young Gibby. Going with Earthen, Bath Salt Twitch, really solid ruins. Congested, the frequenter of my stream. Oh.
Yeah, that's a rising star over there.
Definitely, yeah, he's killing it. Look at that. Double, 2-piece of Earthen, full Mercy. A bit of mitigation along with a solid DPS build. Captain Hindsight. Let's guy here. Alright. Little bait build. Very cool, very cool. Yeah, there you go. Another full R7HC capable raid team. Let's go. And this one, since we do have a level 500 in there, we're going to up the ante just so. You guys a little bit of work to do.
Yeah, both of these two guys were 200 not that long ago. And now they're like beating my ass.
What level are you now?
Crazy. I'm like 3, 9, 6 or 7 around there. I'm
Okay.
super near to 4. But I'm taking my time. I'm not even rushing.
No, I'm Russian. You're Chinese. No point for you to rush. And that's perfectly okay. It's perfectly okay to play the game at the pace that you're comfortable with.
Yeah, and that's important. If you rush it, I feel like you burn out, and that's why
And we
a lot
have
of people...
had a lot of burnouts. Most recently, Melon Picker and Herc. Who, well, Melon Picker's still playing. I don't know what the fuck he's doing, but I'm not gonna be that busy. Fucking online for every day, fucking flying through this fucking expedition. Whatever. That's his life. But Herc is actually taking some time off. So yeah, two mega OP guys taking a little bit of a break. So,
Yeah, I don't know how SS1 does it. Just
he's committed, you know. Some people are just committed. They love it. And SS1 towards the end of the tier, it relaxes a little bit. At the start of the tier, he hits it hella hard. I noticed.
I always take when a new tier comes out, I'll take like 1 month just to analyze the few and to make a decision in them.
See, the beauty of that, I give my guild leader a lot of credit, because what I do, I mean, they do a lot of analytics and data management and breaking it down by the percentages, the numbers, the hardcore data. I don't want to read all that shit. I'm lazy as fuck. I DM my guild leader, I want to be a DPS. What do I do? And then guild leader says, okay, Roman, did you read the shit? No, fuck no, I didn't read the shit. Okay, this is what you do. Fine. So...
Yeah, I used to do a lot of Excel analysis and things like that. I track like,
and I rely on Emily, on Cat, Emily from LOLs, Cat from GG, and my guild leader for all my analysis. Between the three of them, I get all my data. And then in case I do something wrong, Gag always, beats me up. Like me maxing the new accessory, Gag was the first one to call me a dumb fuck. So.
I don't know, man. I have to that one.
Yeah. For in my opinion, with the new accessory, I really like it because I don't have the DR. I haven't played long enough to have the leg DR to compensate. So
yeah.
I got it to compensate my lack of DR. personally.
Whatever makes you feel happy.
And then once I do have my leg DR, I'll just switch back to trophy. It's a pretty pricey thing to do, just to have it to compensate for maybe 5-6 months while I get all those leg DR runes. But
how many eggs do you do?
I did 150k gems. That's two pull and max.
Oh, you wanted to max it?
Oh, I pulled and max. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So 150k gems for both.
I'm trying to convert that to US dollars.
Don't.
Yeah, that's a lot, but I will.
Decent sized amount.
Yeah, I lost $300 and I did not get a skull back in the day, so I just gave up.
I don't like giving up.
I understand, but at some point, like it's a frenzy. So.
My friend over in XGG, Zane, I think did 20 of the 800s or whatever, the 850s, I forgot what they are, and he got 2 of the new accessory. He's just got insane luck.
Yeah.
I got a picture somewhere here. I'll put it in chat after they're done spamming. Find that crap.
One of my boys, he pulled a mega, and he got both a rogue and an erg, I think. I can't remember, or a skull and a boy, and one of them. Like you get both a shield and a healer, so it's like crazy,
Yeah,
crazy
that's
luck
awesome.
with that one.
I'm pretty comfortable with my pets. I have a max Urgoff, I have a +3 drum, +3 toe, and a +1 frisbee. I'm pretty comfortable with what I got.
Hey, I want to ask you as a really OP player, do you actually like toe? Because a lot of people are telling me really good things about it, but when I use it myself, I really don't like it.
This is my opinion on toe. I like it as a bait. I do not like it as a DPS.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
again, that's a controversial opinion. Everybody's got an opinion. It's life. You know, but yeah, that's what it is. I like it as a bait. I do not like it as a DPS. I don't think I have the attack in order for it to work.
Yeah. Yeah. I felt that way too. It makes sense for a DPS, for a bait, but not as a DPS. But everyone says, oh, SSS1 uses it, therefore it's good. And I'm like, no, like, I need rationale, I need reason.
Well, so yeah, so let's talk about that. Yes, SSS1 uses toe, but let's take a quick gander at his attack. His attack is 4,800. So yeah, you're gonna get fucking massive heals and massive shields with a 4,800 attack. Come on.
Yeah.
Oh, it's
I don't understand, but well.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
I'm sticking
stats
to
of
my
that
gun.
toe are gonna be fucking insane because your pet stats are based on the amount you have in attack.
Yeah.
So with 4,800 in attack, no matter what the fuck SSS1 uses, it's gonna be stupid. Like look at his Urgoff. Let's just take a look at his Urgoff. Right, Urgoff's not maxed, and people roast him over it for it, but he has a 64.5 chance to heal 1,500 to 2,200 when he gets hit. You know,
Yeah.
that's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, but this is not his DPS though. Like when he was in DPS, he uses a toe, and I'm just like,
But again, even with that, he'll keep like 2,000 in attack and like 3,500 in fucking speed. So even though it's not healing as much, it's hitting so fucking much that everything's instantly healed.
exactly.
There you go. It's just the way it is. Let's do one more. Wait, oh no, I didn't. There it is. All right, we're gonna do one more spot, and then we're gonna open it up for Q&A, and then we're gonna go into our SSS1 giveaway. How about that?
Sounds good to me.
All right, so this is our second to last spot of the night. This is a really good contributor of our stream, a really close friend of mine, military brat for our U.S. boys here, and you know, just somebody I have huge respect for. Yes, that's right. It's Chaos13. Now, Chaos is like actually as well a XK member. Really appreciate that. Running Oblit, Oblivion, and Twitch. Of course, all leg ruins. Still hasn't had much luck on the soul, but that'll come. He also has a maxed power core, which is pretty cool. That way you have somebody on your team who has a maxed power core. This is a permaspot as well. And this one will be 1 out of 1,000. Yeah, the game, it has a lot of, everybody's got their own personality, their own likes and dislikes. The game is incredible. I've had a lot of fun playing Bit Heroes, especially since the community is definitely a lot older. A lot of people who are parents like myself, and there are a lot of stories about, you know, child raising, child rearing. I appreciate it.
Yeah. Yeah, I like the fact that, to me, it doesn't take up a lot of my active time. It takes passive time, so it runs in the background for me. And that's why I enjoy it. I like the older raids a lot more because there's more variation in fams. I don't like the last raid. Like the current raid, I'm not a big fan of it. And the dungeon as well. It's like, why are they using old fams? I feel like that's really not the way to go about it. So, a little upset about that one.
You
The
wanted them
community-
to use farther in the zone? Be more creative?
Yeah, make new content. I think that's super important. Like, I like the augments. I think the augments were a good idea, in my opinion. More ways for them to spend, but at least I feel like it's a good thing to spend on if you want to spend on. But yeah. So they used to do giveaways for cosmetics, and I feel like they should do a bit more of that. Like one-time cosmetics, I think that's a really good thing for the community. They should put more effort into that. And one thing I really, really want is for the ability for us to change guild names, which I cannot do.
But in all reality, I think the biggest change that everybody really, really wants is the presets.
Sorry, what do you mean with presets?
You can preset enchants and ruins and gear.
Oh.
You just press one button and you switch it over. I mean, that would be, come on. That's everybody's asked for that for so long, and it's kind of like, come on.
Basic stuff, right?
Yeah, it's one of those just simple quality of life thing. Yes,
Yeah.
the guild name change would be great, but I mean, we're way behind on presets.
Yeah, we are. And I don't know why. I don't know how to design mythics. Like, I wanted a DPS mythic for a ring for the longest freaking time. I couldn't, like, on a T10 level version. That I was hoping that would come from a raid, but maybe the next raid.
Well, you can up tier Moon Collage if you really want a DPS mythic.
Yeah, I'm trying to avoid doing that. Like, I don't want to spend time and resources in that channel just for one mythic. Unless I'm building the sets, then that makes sense for me.
Very cool. Alright guys, so this is what we're going to do. Right now we're going to open it up for questions. Wisekid is one of my few interviewers that is completely open up to any question, because that's what we've done all night, is fucking questions from what type of Jesus juice do you drink, to what type of food do you eat, to what's your relationship status, to what would you fuck. So we've done it all. So go ahead and hit him with your questions. Don't do stupid shit. I mean, obvious stupid shit. Like, are you a Democrat? Are you Republican? Who did you vote for? That's fucking dopey. But ask him, go for it. DD's first question, how many fams do you have?
Oh. Well, I haven't counted it, but I can tell you I have a fully upgraded that I've been using since forever. And I have a Rumbolio, and I have a Waldor.
Oh yeah, there's a like you said, familiar tab top right. That's the best way to check it.
Yeah, I'm rating right now, so I can't really open it. Sorry.
I hear you. Okay, well, whenever you have a chance. Anybody else got questions for Wise here? Jilly's asking the weirdest hentai you jacked off to.
You really want to know that?
Bible Black. Oh, sorry. I had to
Oh, Bible Black. No, that's so old school.
It is old school.
But that's not the weirdest.
No,
There's
it's
no
not.
way. Man, I can't even think of any. But nothing non-adult version. Let's put it that way.
Nothing
That should
lolly.
be-
Just say nothing lolly.
Nothing lolly. Like,
There
I
you
don't go for the small one. Put it that
Go
way.
for the small ones.
No, I go for the proper stuff.
Atlam's asking, what's your most hated food?
Bugs.
So
I don't
bugs,
eat
like,
insects.
okay, so no, like the Mexican cricket tacos or anything like that.
No. By the way, I have 151 fams, so does it help at all? Not sure it does.
Okay. Well, that answers this question. Hades PW is asking, what's your favorite anime?
Oh, wow, that's hard. I love Evangelion, like back in the days. They don't have
Old
it now.
Evangelion, not any of the reboots or the movies.
Oh no, like the old one. Yeah, those are really good. I like Full Metal as well. Full Metal is awesome.
Brother.
Oh, the new ones. I like One Punch. One Punch is awesome. Really funny. I love ecchi animes actually. Like not hentai, but it's just funny to watch. Like
Alpha Lied, Ninja Scroll.
It's okay. Yeah, but yeah, I like stuff that I can take back at home and just relax from. Like nothing too intense.
Fair enough. We got another food question here. Would you eat savory pies like potato top pie, mince and cheese, or steak and mushroom? Viewer from New Zealand.
Wow. What are your options again? You mind?
So he savory. He said, would you eat savory pies like potato top pie, mince and cheese, or steak and mushroom? And he's saying he's from New Zealand. Give a
Yeah, I
perspective.
would eat all of them. Do I
Okay.
choose one?
Oh, he just
I
asked,
eat-
would you do it? I think I
Yeah.
would do it too. It's like,
I
yeah.
would. I eat weird stuff.
Right.
I eat like haggis, for example. I love
Haggis is-
haggis.
Yeah. Freight's asking, what's your favorite porn star?
I don't watch porn stars. Sorry.
So purely hentai.
No, of course not.
But
Everyone
you
watch
wouldn't
porn.
say oh, you know what, Sasha Grey, she gets my rocks
No.
off, and Riley
No, but I
Reid
don't-
only on the weekends. I get dates, 30
Shit.
minutes, this evening, this video I prefer. No, nothing like that.
No, if I watch porn, I'm not saying I do, but I say if I do, I don't have a favorite in mind. Is that what I'm saying? Like I don't care who the actress is.
Okay.
I don't follow something.
Shinichi's asking, what about durian?
I love durian.
Okay.
I'm Singaporean, man. I eat durian.
There you go. And Dee Dee's asking, does crawfish fit into the bugs category, or do you classify it as seafood? I've had people say it both ways.
No, that's seafood. Bugs, I mean like insects.
Okay.
Yeah, insects and arachnids. I don't eat those. Spiders, scorpions, that kind of stuff.
Alright. Oh, this is a fun one. Bill, also known as KBE, and also known as Icepar, is asking, you wake up in a dungeon in real life. You have no technology on you. It's pretty dark. The cave ahead forks. Do you go left or do you go right?
I go right. I'm sorry, I go right.
Alright, there you go. That sounds like a D&D type of question. That's fun. I like those.
No, it actually talks about, this is a valid question. They did experiments on people, studies. I can't remember which country, but they put people into an auditorium to go watch a movie, and they count how many people went right and how many people went left to get a seat.
Huh.
And they realized that right people are more analytical in nature, left people are more artistic. Yeah.
Julie's asking, if you could control rewind, what would you have instead of Fortnite and Mark Ass Brownlee? I don't know those two references.
I don't like Fortnite because I don't play it.
Okay. I don't really understand that question.
Yeah.
Faded is asking your favorite genre of music.
Oh wow. I like jazz, and I like electronic vocal trance. Very specific.
Electronic vocal.
Yeah, it has to be vocal.
Okay.
Like I cannot deal with music that doesn't have someone singing in it. It gets weird for me.
Okay. I hear you. So Kirk is asking, how much total damage have you received or taken in Bit Heroes?
Damage?
Yeah, so that's on
wow.
the info screen.
Wow, I haven't seen that.
I'll show you right after this. You go down to your character, you click on info, and you just take the bar all the way down.
Okay. Wow, that's 3 billion at this point. No, dealt or taken?
Both.
I've dealt 3 billion. I've taken 347 million at this point. Is that
Yeah.
crazy? What's yours? Oh, you have 1 billion more than I do. Oh shit. Well, you have so much damage taken for some reason. Oh, because you were doing a tank build. Yeah.
Bait and DPS. I do both. I'm a multi-build.
I see. I've only done DPS. In any game I play, I'm always a DPS or a mage. A guy like blowing shit.
Hades PW is asking, do you like High School DxD?
Oh yeah, I do. It's funny. It's one of those. Yeah, it's very etchy and it's very funny, and I like that kind of anime.
I like. Timu is asking, someone gives you an ice cream cake. Do you ask for a fork or a spoon? I love that question.
Ice cream cake?
Yeah. Fork or spoon?
Spoon. This is something I don't understand about an American. They eat rice with forks. Blows my mind. Like, I don't get it. Seriously.
Well, I'm even weirder than that. I don't eat rice. Because it constipates me so fucking bad. I don't have the enzymes to break it down.
Yeah, it's not weird. It's just you can't do it. It's not your fault. But if you do choose to eat it, why do you eat? That's like eating soup with
I don't
fork.
think my wife would marry me if I didn't have decent chopsticks, to be honest. She wouldn't want to disgrace her family that much. She married a guaylo, and then also a guy who doesn't know how to use chopsticks. Fuck. I'd be fucked.
You eat noodles, though. If you eat noodles, you're fine.
Ubinox has first he quotes it as not a serious question. If you could only kiss one TAIG member for the rest of your life, who would you pick? P.S. Thank you for being you. You are one of the reasons why I still play VH.
And Ubinax is one of those. I watch his streams from time to time. Like, he's just a really cool guy, and you know, I really appreciate his loyalty. One of the reasons why I still play VH is because he's a too.
That's nice.
If I had to kiss someone, though, I would kiss the guy who got me beer, which is Phallus. Phallus sent me beer and didn't ask me to pay for it. I still Venmo him anyway, but really cool guy giving me beer. So anyone who wants to win my heart or my kiss sends me beer or food.
Yeah. So basically, you just heard it here first that Wise Kid would wrap his mouth around a phallus because he sent him beer. Fantastic. Bill says he eats rice with a shovel. Nice. Yes, Adlam, I really cannot digest rice. It just doesn't well. It's like, and then I poop 3 days later, and it's like a fucking rock breaking the porcelain. You probably didn't need to hear that. Worst injury you have ever suffered?
I used to be... Oh, injury, physical injury?
Yes. Not emotional.
Wow, I have so many injuries.
What would you classify as your worst? Let's not go through the list of injuries. Not doing the fucking guy scale. Look at my scar. No, I don't give a fuck about that. What's your worst
I have
injury?
2 types of injuries. One injury is a sports injury. Another injury is because my mom beat the shit out of me kind of injury. Like, those are 2 different kinds of injuries, right? I used to be a semi-professional canoeist. Almost represented my country. It's a weird situation back then. And I got a labral tear on my back, which rendered me like I couldn't move my arm properly at some point. So that was pretty bad. But that was from sports.
Wow.
I trained like 6 times a week. That kind of intensity.
Damn. Now Smiley's asking, is Bit Heroes the game you spent the most time on? I'm talking about time, not money. Spent the most time on. Overall, out of all the games you've ever played.
But it's not a fair statement to make, because there is a difference between spending actual full concentrated time on a game versus letting it run in the background. So obviously, I'm spending a lot more time on BH in that perspective. So
Fair enough. So, Hades PW is asking, would you like any kids in your life?
sorry.
Do you want to have
you
kids?
repeat? You dropped off.
Do you want to have kids?
Oh yeah, of course. I love kids. I just haven't found someone who I'm willing to have one with at this point.
Fair enough. Well, I really appreciate you coming. Right now, we're going to be doing the SSS1 giveaway. We're going to close it off on the questions right now. We're going to be doing our gigantic SSS1 giveaway right now. So what that means is we're going to start spamming. It's going to get crazy. This is your chance to get a perma spot from SSSS.
I'm gonna go in myself.
I know, a lot of people are. Now, this the number is going to be somewhere in, since it's SSS1, the number is somewhere in 5551. So it's going to be a number in 5,551. Good luck, people.
Thank you, Finnar.
Yeah, good. This is gonna be a lot of work, but the reward is worth the work. Because this isn't a shitty temp slot. You stay active, don't go offline for extended amounts of time. You got a spot they're gonna carry you for a good hot minute. And by the way, I have had giveaways with 2,500 spots that were guessed on the first 10 guesses. This won't necessarily take a long time.
Oh, this is crazy. Everyone's just going at it.
Yep. We're already at over 500 guesses. That's expected.
No.
If you are just joining the stream right now, the SSS1 giveaway is live. It's for a number out of 5,551. Can be anywhere in there. I don't know what it is. It won't tell me. It'll only tell me when the winner is chosen. And DD will look up the number that won afterward. That's no worry.
Just randomly hitting numbers.
That's a strategy.
It's a strategy?
That's a strategy, yeah. Some people do blocks. Some people do it like roulette and pick their little nut lucky numbers. Do multiples of their lucky numbers. No? All those are ways of doing it. Kind of crazy, huh?
Yeah.
And by the way, you just saw one number get blocked. And DD unblocked that number almost instantly, but that number was 1174. You know why the number 1174 gets blocked? Out of curiosity.
1174.
1174 is street jargon for nude club.
Oh. Why?
I don't know.
11...
It's just it is what it is. It's street jargon for nude club. Now you know that.
Well, you live in Las Vegas. That's probably you know that a lot.
No, I didn't. I looked it up because it's the third time it's been blocked.
This is insane. No one got it yet.
We're only at 2,000 guesses out of 5,551 numbers. The record is, I believe, 3,700 guesses for any of my giveaways.
Ugh.
Yeah. SSS1 is in high demand because one of a kind. There's other 700s, but this guy's been around for forever, and it's like, you know, just having that major carry. He does switch builds once in a while, but still, that major carry will help you for many tiers to come.
Exactly. Like if you are a pro player, like I have ball, and like without him, I'm just like not surviving at all.
It's gonna slow down your runs.
But Balls is he's super nice. Like, I was running like World Boss with him, and one day he added me, and I was like, "What? Where did that come from?"
SSS1 does that as well. It happened to my friend Kat. It was at the start of this tier as well. She was running World Boss with SSS1, and he just sent her a friend request.
Yeah. You know, I talked a little bit to him. It's like he's this IT guy, and I work in fintech, right? So just technology as well. So kind of mini conversation about that. And do you actually talk to your guildies about what they do in real life?
A little bit. I don't, not so much. I mean, I just honestly I don't have that much time to shoot the shit about that stuff outside of my stream. I know what every single one of my interviewees does for a living because that's part of the interview, and that's just what gets people interested in those career options. That there's this out there, and for our younger viewers, that gives them something to look at.
Yeah, so something I do as well, like part of the guild Discord. I encourage people to write a short profile about themselves, and we have people from all over the world in our Discord and in our guild. We have girls, we have gays, we have flags, whatever, like different EU countries.
Sure.
And we have data scientists, we have students, we have surgeons, we have directors from global companies. Like and we talk we talk shit. Like we talk about BDSM, like we talk about anime, we talk about games, we talk about politics. I try to keep politics out of the picture, but one thing I cannot tolerate is discrimination. I kick people out for that. And
Sure.
we have a high code of like ethics for that kind of stuff.
Definitely.
If I'm not Asian, I would have studied philosophy in school, but
Your parents would definitely not allow that. What did you study, by the way?
We never ever support that. It doesn't earn money.
Well, what did you study, if you don't mind me asking?
Finance, accounting, and philosophy.
Yeah, finance. But you took philosophy as a minor still.
Yeah, well, it was really almost a major, but you couldn't classify. It's just a small technicality, but I pretty much studied that.
Fair enough. It's your side passion that you wish you could make money with.
Yeah. But I realized whatever you learn in school is useless. It didn't help you,
We're approaching 5,000 guesses, by the way.
Wow, it's like the fact that no one got it even by chance.
That's it. It's all luck. I can see this easily hitting the 10,000, or it might be the next guess. You never know. Everybody has an equivalent chance to. Hey, we have a winner.
Whoa, what happened?
We got a winner. Stop. And it is, I believe that's Mango Jim from Modus Operandi.
So what was the number?
What was the
What
number,
was the
DD? Guys, we have a winner. You can stop your bots now. Well, 4529 was the winner. Okay.
Nine.
Such a fucking random number. I love it. Definitely, and Mango Jim can totally use them. Now, Mango Jim, just don't go AFK for too long or you lose SSS1. Oh. Yeah, it was a good call going up from 4,500. Well, guys, it was an amazing stream. Wisekidx, thank you so much for coming, man. It was.
No, it's a pleasure.
I definitely had a great time and learned a lot about you, a lot about your guild, a lot about the values of your guild, and ethics is a huge thing, and your taste in food and the way to your heart. You know, I learned everything.
Wave my pants.
I believe SSS1's kick timer is 24 hours. I do believe, but I am not 100% certain. When he adds you, you can message him online. I would suggest. Well, yeah, I mean, again, he's a busy guy. Even with me, it takes him. Well, sometimes he responds within a minute to me, but sometimes it takes him a little bit longer. So it's perfectly fine. So, guys, I am going to end it on that note. I will see you guys Monday for a fun little stream. Anything too crazy, a couple of friend spots, shooting the shit. I'm going to be moving over to a general Discord, and I'll join voice chat if anyone wants to talk to me about shooting the shit. But I will be signing off stream, and we will see you guys later. Again, Wisekidx, thanks for coming, man. That was great.
Thank you. Really appreciate it. Take care. Bye.
You too, man.
Yeah. Thanks everyone else.